They're commercial, I think. I'll try it. I can't
You need to
remember if it
find
was.
music.
The
You need to
commercial.
you need to find copyright.
I didn't
Free
make the
music.
commercial, bro. Cody did. The 500 commercial. I'll try it.
I got you.
Mine, I'll cut mine because I've got that. All right, play the commercial. I think this one's okay. They're gridding up anyway, so shit. Out a little late.
I really think it's the one where you play it with the
Yeah,
can't
the
think
one.
of
I'm
the
not
damn
playing that one.
song. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
it's
not playing that. The Chain by Fleetwood Mac.
yeah, that one. Yeah.
Yeah, don't you
Whenever
worry
we
about
do
that.
another intro.
I know my music, Wesley.
Yeah.
I've been around many more years than you young spring chickens. The real estate guy today was like, "You sound about 26. How old are you?" I'm like, "I don't know. I'm older than that, mate." All right, let's go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Good evening and Monday night, March 3rd. Welcome to coverage on the NASRA 360 Racing Network of the NASRA DSR Electric Truck Series. And we are ready to go at the Lady in Black, the track that is too tough to tame, a track that's probably about 120 miles south of 95, where I live in North Carolina, Darlington Raceway. And that is where we are tonight for the Pulse Poppers 200. I am Wesley Outland. My regular colleague, Jacob Reeves, is still on vacation, and we have brought William Tiller back again to work with us tonight. Here's a look at the point standings. Remember, if you've got a lock, you're locked into the playoffs, and everyone else right now trying to make it in to that Fast 20, William, and obviously Darlington will be a wild one here this evening.
Oh, it's going to be electric here tonight at the Lady in Black, especially coming off the high banks of Dega. I am happy to be here tonight, filling in for my man out on that cruise. Wesley, it's going to be an exciting night here tonight. Let's get it rocking and rolling.
Let's take a look at the starting lineup as the field is gridding, and we are not wasting any time for tonight's race. We'll give you all the details and the analysis on the race event in a moment, but right now, Joey Stiers for Chrome, and Alabama's Jonathan Cofield to make up the front row. Andrew Harris, Nate Bauer on the row 2, and it's Adam Newton, followed by Stephen Thomas on row number 3, Lucas Lyons, the Daytona winner, and Darren Bruce on the outside for the Screaming Eagles on row 4. Chris Blanchard and Bo Tiffany will make up row number 5, and you've got Mark Morton and Chad Ross, the first 6 rows there, Will.
Yeah, picking up in that 13th position, we have Tom Lester rolling off 14th here tonight. Taylor Peacock in that 81 machine. 15th position, Jeffrey Johnson in the 33. Colton Hogan's going to roll off 16th. Tyler Goodwin in that 13th machine, 17th. Next to him, Joshua Suss in that 80. 19th position is going to be Adam Newbert, and rounding out our top 20 is going to be Craig Schroeder in that 56.
Yeah, looking at the rest of them there, of course, you're going to grab Robert Richards as well as Raul Meza, Timothy Hammond, Cole Larson, your top 24 rows. We move on to the rest behind them, and you're going to find now the lineup including Roger Diebold, Kerry Tribune, row 14, Cole Hendrickson and Brian Chu. Top 30, you'll look and see the drivers of Luke Smith, Cole Hendrickson, Kerry Tribune, Phil Pappas, Justin Lumpkin, Chris Cinnamon, Eric Parks, and Shane Trotter. And I'll go ahead and finish the rest of the lineup, including Nate Maurer, Eric Parks in the truck wagon, J.D. Larson, Justin Lumpkin, Aaron Van Rattle, all these guys, Craig Schroeder, Robert Richards, Tyler Goodwin. 40 trucks.
Oh, yeah.
Ready to go
Big
here
field
tonight, William. Yeah.
Oh, big field. It's going to be fireworks. We know how tight it is here at Darlington. There's going to be some elbows being thrown. We're 7 weeks into the season here, Wesley. It's time to move. It's time to get some victories underneath that belt, and I think Darlington can be the perfect place for a newcomer to rise up.
200 miles, 150 laps. Let's take a look at the race details for today. Stage 1 to lap 25. We'll go over to the caution flag. Then we'll go to stage 2, presented by Glass Mechanic. That'll take us all the way to lap 75 to the halfway mark, and we will still stay green into stage 3 for another 75 laps. There is again 5 sets of tires. No fast repairs, and we are green in Darlington. It is go time. It's in the afternoon. That'll be something we keep an eye on. At the Lady in Black, we're underway.
Pretty clean right now. Stires leads the top, but caution is out. Caution is out here. Not even one lap in the books. Yellow flag waves here at the Lady of Black.
Who is it?
Aaron Van Rattle, Timothy Hammond, Colton Hogan. The 4 tore up a host of trucks involved in a big kerfluffle there off of that second turn, entering the Boeing back straightaway, putting us under yellow flag here on the opening lap.
Yeah, Weston, I was just about to talk about how clean it was up there at the top, but you look how congested it is back here, and just see Adam Newbert and that 4 machine just going to get tied up here right on the corner.
Oh, 38.
Yeah, there it is right there, that 38 machine.
Yeah, that's Ross. Oh. That's Chad Ross that lost at the Largo, Florida driver. And then look at our man in the 81 rim riding off the wall. Look at that.
Oh,
wow.
There's nowhere to go there at the top. Oh, man, look at that.
Who's the one that went the wall?
I one up in the wall was the 81 of Taylor Peacock, guys.
Yeah, regular.
He's the one that still kept going. Kind of wonder how much damage is on his 81 truck. He might be coming down to pit road, and that he is right now for service.
He'll be all right.
Where's Taylor Peacock at the moment on the grid? I'm trying to find him.
He's in 19th. He's on pit road.
Yeah.
Watch this. Extended commercial. By the way, Pulse Poppers Fishing Lures sponsoring the race and instant replay. Watch this again, William. Look. Oh, my.
Ooh.
Let's take the fence line.
Let's bicycle him off the safer barrier, huh?
I mean, I want to shout out my man Jake on that one. There might be some beef. That looked like a little bit of a beefy move there between the two of those. We'll watch it again here on this replay. Oof. There might have been some contact heading in the corner there, Wesley.
There have been more trucks involved, including the 4, the 5, the 38. Adam Newbert, of course, the inaugural series champion in the DSR electric number 4 from Tacoma, Georgia. Other people caught up in it, including Aaron Van Rattle, Timothy Hammond, Colton Hogan. Obviously, we saw Chad Ross. We saw Bullock's truck, Taylor Peacock, I meant. And we are under the yellow flag, just getting started. Don't forget to subscribe and like. Our first Serve Pro caution of the evening out. And it's not going to waste any time as the lights go off on the pace truck here. William, when we come back around next time by, we'll go back for a restart.
Yeah, if that's any indication of how this race is going to play out, Wesley, I'm excited for the rest of the stage. Watch out for these drivers. We're not even comfortable yet. That wasn't even one lap in the books. Let's watch Joey Stires here on this restart.
So we'll set up another restart for you coming up here with Stires on the front point. There you see again a look at the point standings. Remember, top 20 make it into the playoffs. 5 drivers of the 7 rounds are locked in. Cofield, Lyons, Hendrickson, Cherry, and Blanchard all making it in so far. Other drivers that either have wins or either multi-time winners this year or they're not full-time competitors.
That's tight. That's tight. That's where you need to get this victory here at the Lady in Black. Let's see if Stires can get it.
They can't hear me. Well, thankfully.
Ready to bring our field back to the Geico restart zone, and we are backing away. Stires will be the lead man. He'll use the outside front row for launch. He'll get the whole shot. We're ready to go back to it again. 5 laps when they come to the
caution's
line,
out, caution's out.
We're not. We are caution out again. Yellow flag, trouble, and it's another big, massive crash. Tyler Goodwin scampers down the banking. The truck wagon, Eric Parks collected.
Man.
Kerry Tribune, Van Rattle, Hammond, and Newbert. Some of the drivers involved in the first caution. William now caught up in this one on the second go-around.
Boy, if there wasn't beef, there's going to be some beef now as we watch this Pulse Poppers instant replay. Wesley, I think it's just the same thing as we had. Drivers aren't comfortable. Oh, yeah, that's solid contact there heading into the corner. That might have been some beef from that first caution. Yeah, watch it here, Wesley. Yeah, that's just a clear clip of the old corner panel. Eric Parks right into the wall. And this is all happening further on down the pack. Probably 15 on back, 16th on back there, Wesley.
Man, look at the destruction here on this restart. This happened going into turn 1, and it was already before Tribute got there.
Oof.
Look at that, man.
I don't think we've completed a clean lap yet here in this race. We'll watch it again here. Different view. This is from the 69 Timothy Hammond. And as you mentioned, he was already caught up in that first caution. He's just going to go nose first in the interior wall. His day is definitely done there in that 69 machine.
My goodness, look at this again. On board with Van Rattle. And just nowhere to go for these guys. Some have to get on the binders just to try to miss the 13 and Goodwin coming back up the racetrack from the bottom to the top of the safer barrier. Watch this again. Lock it up. Wow, there you go. I mean, it said they were collected in the accident, but honestly, I think they were also just, avoiding to get collected, and they stalled in the process there.
Yeah, and Wesley, unfortunately, the Lady in Black Darlington here is not going to be a track that you can sustain that much damage and think you still have a chance. I know coming from Dega last week, maybe you had some troubles. You were able to rebound, get a top 10, top 15. Here at Darlington, boy, it's just going to be a very uphill battle the rest of the go here to try to scrape out that top 20, top 15 for a lot of these guys here now. Only 8 laps in. It doesn't feel like we've had 8 laps. 2 cautions in. It's going to be a tough go here the rest of the race.
So 2 quick Surf Pro cautions in the opening stage has not allowed us to even get to full song the back straightaway yet. And we'll try this now for a 3rd time, hopefully. Accident cleared up. We'll try to get ready for a restart. Still a long way to go. 150 laps, 200 miles. The distance here at Darlington Raceway, and the Lady in Black has not been too kind for a lot of drivers so far, though. But we'll try one more time for a restart. Here we go.
25 laps in stage number 1. Wesley, 8 laps in. Let's see if we can get one clean lap here in the books. As we watch, the pace lights are off. It's going to be Joey Stiers, Cofield again, to the line as the green flag waves in the air. Wesley going to go racing once again.
Back to it again at the 1.366 mile Darlington Raceway to the flag. Green in the air. We're back at it again. This track, 2.198 kilometers. It is turns 1 and 2. We're banking at 25 degrees. 23 degrees of banking in turn number 3 and 4.
Ooh.
And boy, oh boy, watch him hit the back stretch. Now we got something going on here.
Let's see, Wesley. We're into 3. No caution yet. No caution yet. A little bit of contact. We see a little bit of nose-to-tail action there into the corners. That's very scrappy here. And we'll see Joey Stiers down the front stretch and officially one clean lap in the books here.
And finally, a lap at full song around this place. It took 9 laps to do it, but finally we did get one full lap under our belt here. Stiers in the lead. Cofield follows. Thomas and Harris, Newton, they're your top 5 as we're single file, and that conga line thunders into 3.
Yeah, I'm really curious to see how long this green flag run is going to last. And there it is, yellow flag in the air once again. 3rd Surf Pro caution of the night.
Spoke too soon. Caution out again, as it looks like Robert Richards is the man with a problem. Driver of the car, number 48 from Gastonia, North Carolina.
Had to be a world record for a commentator's curse there, Wesley. It had to have been.
I mean, my goodness. At least we did get a lap in. Well, look at this, guys. You can't go 4 wide at Darlington. 5 wide. What the hell are you thinking? Oh, my goodness. And that explains why the Trophy Tractor 48 just got the short end of the stick. It's like drawing straws.
Look at that.
Wow.
That's why.
Watch this again. Adam Newbert. Wow.
Yeah. No, I think some of these guys have just maybe X this one off the calendar already. They're done with Darlington. They're on to the next one. It's going to be tight here. Look, as you showed those point standings.
5 wide almost.
And we'll watch Robbie Richards right here.
Yeah.
He thought he was clean. He thought he was clean. I don't know. And you see Newbert coming in there with the 4.
Number 4 coming in 100 miles an hour, yeah.
There's going to be some beef in the
Adam
garage,
Newbert
that's for
came in
sure.
Full speed ahead. Yeah, into Robert Richards. And watch this. Wow, look at what in the world. And Newbert hit the wall, too. Then he bounced off, but he was able to keep going. Wow, wow, wow. If I was the race director, TJ Moore, right now, I would really be telling these guys in the driver chat, guys, calm it down. What in the world are you doing? You've been racing for 11 laps, and you've had 3 cautions. You've ran more laps under yellow than you have under green. What in the world, guys? Come on.
Step away from an ad real quick, Fuel.
It's one of those moments, you know, Wesley, the other night, you couldn't find TJ. Now, and I think on a night like this, he doesn't want to be found. I think there's too many guys trying to talk to him about what's going on here on the racetrack, but it's going to make these next 6 to 7 laps here at the end of the stage, Wesley. We're already at the end of stage number 1 here in this race. I think it's going to make it even more electric here in the DSR Electric Series. Joey Stiers, he hasn't had to do much, Wesley. You know, he had the pole to start off this race. He's maybe fought off Caulfield a couple times, but other than that, he's just almost led every lap in this stage, and he's only got a few more laps to do it to get that stage victory.
We've got to thank our partners, but we will do that by going side by side. So we'll put some ads on the bottom of the screen there and stay with you on the top left as the pace truck will get ready to come down to the pit lane. Cofield and Stiers on the front row. Then it's going to be, of course, Stiers electing in his Toyota to go to the outside for the restart. Then it's Harris and Thomas on row 2, followed by Adam Newton and Lucas Lyons, Chris Blanchard, Bo Tiffany, Darren Bruce, Mark Morton. And remember, we are also in the halfway mark of stage number 1. That'll take us to lap 25, as 13 laps will be on the board when they come back to the Geico restart zone right about any moment now. Here they come. Green is back out. Stiers to a snail's pace all the way to the firebox, boy. They had to go. They were reaching the green light. And now Cofield powers alongside Stiers for the lead as they thunder in 2.
Yeah, Cofield to the low side of the racetrack, trying to keep Stiers on the high side. Stiers, a little bit of wiggle coming off the corner into 3 and 4. They go. Cofield to the inside. They're drag racing each other. A little bit of a checkup there from the 23, though. Wesley, they're going to be side by side coming down the front stretch. Whoa!
Stiers inside, give it now to Cofield. He'll power back. Cofield on the bottom, Stiers middle. They're door to door. Harris now watches along. And they rim ride up against the safer barrier off of turn 2 to the bowling back straightaway. Pushed out of line goes one truck. He'll file his way back into the top 10. That's between Blanchard and Newton. That's Morton. Lyons actually there going after him off of that corner on 4.
Whoa, as Lucas Lyons almost gets into the side. Oh, that's trouble. Big wreck. Big wreck on the front stretch.
I can't even get to the driver cam. It's just ridiculous. I get no time.
Wow, Wesley. And
Newton in the wall.
We were creeping up on that green flag run again there, and that might be the end of stage number 1. We'll see how many laps under caution we run here, but...
No. The rule now, William, I know you've been gone away a long time.
Right.
The rule is whatever the number is, that's the number of the stage.
Hey, there we go. There we go. Perfect.
Anymore.
Awesome. All right.
If it's lap 25, it is 25. They don't stop and no. So caution out here, and it looks like Adam Newton got a piece of it. So look for the 19, if you will.
Okay.
Our producer, Dean Hopkins, trying to find him. Right now, he's in 14th position.
We've called his name a few times here tonight, but not for the best reasons. You'll see he's back in that Hornet's nest, Wesley, here in this blacked out 19 machine. And you'll see watching this replay here as he comes into the corner. He's right there. He's trying to creep back up the grid. It's not going to be the 19.
No, it can't be the 19. My apologies. Go back up to the front of the pack. You're going to need to go to the front of the pack because it happened within the first 10 trucks. Okay. Oh, boy, oh, boy.
Well, this is the front.
It's behind them. It's right here in that third pack right there. See, they're wrecking right there.
Oh, right, okay.
The 19,
See who that was?
The 19.
19? Yeah.
No.
Okay.
That's not the 19. Hang on.
It says the
It's
19
not.
on the side of the truck.
So it is Adam Newton. I told you.
Yeah, but he mustn't be running.
Unless there's somebody else with a 19.
Yeah. I'm just trying to find who bloody hell it. I mean, it's there.
Mark
here.
Mark Morton's going to be involved in
Morton's
that
got-
8.
Yep. Mark Morton on timing and scoring is not 19. That's what it is.
Right. They're doing it to us again. So.
And you also see the 5's going to be involved right there.
Watch this
who
right
the
here.
bloody hell is it?
Right there, right on the
So
front
say
stretch,
the
right
5
at the
was
start-finish line. Yeah, the 5's going to be the 8 of Mark Morton's going to be right there as
Colts.
well.
No, that's 5. That's Colton Hogan. Trying to find who the bloody hell it is. It's up the road from this.
Looks like it's going to be the 19 Adam Newton.
It really looks like the 19 of Adam Newton, but he was able to continue away after.
You're right.
Yeah, he's down in 28th position now down pit road. Still down pit
there
road.
it is. It is Adam Newton. Watch this.
For you folks watching at home, we'll get you.
Trying to get the best angle.
Yeah, look at this side by side.
Yep.
Is that the 46 I think they got into him? I believe it was.
Yep, 46 is going to be, yep. He's just
That
now.
is Bo Tiffany. Wow. And there you see it. Bo Tiffany and Adam Newton. But the trucks were able to pull away after the accident. In my opinion, I think this was an unnecessary caution. They threw the caution too early.
Oh no, Wesley with the caution dog. Where's the little blinking yellow light we need on the racetrack?
Maybe it's this one. I went back to the wrong portion. There it is. So he hits the fence.
See, there's the 9 right there. There's the 19.
Right
Yeah.
You're right the first time. I went back to the previous yellow flag. That's why I couldn't Adam Newton.
And he gets put right into the wall there
Okay,
from
maybe
Bo
they needed
Tiffany.
to throw the caution because the truck was sideways on the front straightaway, so I do understand the reason why then. But if you notice, Tiffany and Newton were able to continue along as well.
Yeah.
We're going green. We're going green.
We're going back to green.
Let's
All
do it,
those
Wesley.
replays presented by Pulse Poppers and Pulse Poppers 200 here at Darlington, trying to get to the end of a caution field, stage 1.
I don't think it's over yet as Joey Cyrus takes us into the corner all by himself. It's going to be 2x2 for a second, though. Wesley going to ride on board the 23 machine. That's going to take us down the backstretch here. You see the battle for second brewing. Oh, no! Truck out of line.
Is that? Can't tell.
That's, I believe,
Morton.
Blanchard's truck, and Morton in trouble as well. He drops to the inside.
Still green. Still green.
Stays to the inside of the racetrack, climbs back up to the banking, and we will stay green. Under 5 remaining now here in stage number 1. Stiers, Harris, and Cofield, top 3 trying to pull away.
And Andrew Harris, we haven't yet to call his name in that 87 machine. He's now in the mix as we're still under green, as he's going to go to the inside of the 23 into the corner. He's going to try to make the move for the lead here to wrap up stage number 1. Will he have enough out of the corner? Not this time, as the 23 will take us across the line as the race leader into 1.
Stiers in the lead. Harris is up to second. Cofield is third. Look at up now. Lyons and Thomas trying to make it a 5-truck battle swing for the end of stage 1. Pulling out of line. Down to the inside. Here comes now Cofield and Harris door to door. They're coming to the line side by side.
Oh, they're drag racing for that second position. Wesley, is Joey Stiers still our race leader? He loves to see it in his rear view, but he doesn't want to see that 87 to the inside as he just wants to wrap up this stage. He wants to see a yellow flag, though, because he can wrap up that stage, but 87 at Harris, he wants to take the lead here into 3. See if he makes a move. No, not this time, as the 23, our race leader, Alpha 4.
Time running out off turn 4. Almost a little concrete dust by the second place man into the safer barrier of Harris. 2 laps to go now. Into the corner. It is Stiers pulling away from Harris. Back straight away. The top 4 still single file.
Oh, single file. This is the calm before the storm as we're riding on board the 23. Joey Stiers getting a view of that rear view as the 87 of Harris and the 58 of Cofield still battling out for that second position. A lot of stage points at stake as they're into one. The 23 still leading the way.
And this is the final lap of stage number 1 here at the Pulse Poppers 200. Tires in the lead. Look at Harris reeling him in. Goes high, goes low. Nothing there. Off the Boeing back straightaway. They work in 3. Harris high again. Low to the bottom is Joey Stires. One bouncing off the wall. That's Lyons. He's going to have Thomas behind him. They'll come to the flag. We're in the end of stage 1 and another Surf Pro caution played. However, it is for no accidents on the track. It's because we're at the end of 25 laps at Darlington.
Wesley, what a stage. I was keeping an eye out on a name on the grid as well, Wesley. Look at Johnson in that 33. He was caught up in a few of those early cautions. Somehow, some way, still comes away with stage points here to wrap up the first stage.
Tires, Harris, Cofield, Lyons, Thomas, top 5. Blanchard, Bruce, Lester, Johnson, and Meza get the top 10. They're all awarded stage points from 10 point to 1 point in the top 10. We're taking a break because we need one. When we come back, we'll talk to Joey Stires for Chrome Racing, stage 1 winner at Darlington. Next.
Wesley, you're breaking up quite a bit. Is he breaking up to you, William, or just me?
Yeah, he is, but I can kind of hear. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like you're talking and then it cuts out. Let's join.
I have
the
no idea
room.
why.
So, yeah. I'm gonna leave. Everybody leave, then you come in first, Wesley.
Any better?
That fixes it. Let me put the screens back.
That any better?
A little bit.
Well, you have to see. It's when you're talking for a while, it kind of cuts out. You haven't got anything running in the background on your internet or anything?
Nope.
Okay. All right.
I thought it might have been me, but okay.
No,
not me.
Yours not cutting out, but if he's cutting out,
No,
to you
I've got
as
an
well,
internet
it's-
issue, guys. I'm gonna back away. I've only got 72 megabytes per second, and that's not right. I'm supposed to be having about 433 to 500 megabytes per second.
Can you kill
let me step away. I'm gonna try to reset the box. I'm gonna reset the router.
Too.
Sure.
Okay. Yeah. You should kill the feed too for the car sounds, because that just chews bandwidth and it's not needed.
Sure.
I mean, he still got the pictures. He just won't have the sounds, but it's better than him cutting in and out.
Do you think I'll have to do the interview for Stars?
Yeah.
Can I
Let's do
move? Can I move Stars?
Okay. I don't know. See if you can try that now. So I'm running out of ads to play here. I'll play the children's. Oh, actually, I shouldn't play this one. I can't play this one for Christ's sake because it's got freaking music in it. I think. Problem with short track racing too is you get barely any time to talk. They're gonna want. See, they're gonna want to go now, so we can't.
Yeah, I can't even find him.
Oh, they must be around.
Yeah, we'll catch up with him. There'll be another caution, I'm sure. How many laps in stage number 2? Do you know that offhand? Because I can open with
I
that.
can't show you that yet, but I will. I think it goes to 65 or something.
65?
75? I can't remember. I'll show you when we come back live.
Okay, gotcha.
All right. I'll just pull it up quickly in the corner.
Sure.
Because as soon as that finishes, we're ready to go. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And we're back here at the Lady in Black in the DSR Electric Truck Series. My name is William Tiller, joined by my co-partner for the night, Wesley Allen. I'm filling in for Jake Reeves. It was an exciting stage number 1 with Joey Stires and that 23 taking it home. But here we go, guys. Green flag in the air. Stage number 2. We're going to be racing to lap 75 as Joshua Sess takes us in to corner number 1.
Yeah, I'll chime in for a second, my friend. It's a glass mechanic stage 2 that we're starting at the moment. Wesley's just trying to sort out some internet issues currently at the moment. He'll be joining us back again very soon. As let's see if we can get the stage 2 underway. A little less caution fest as it was for stage 1. Will.
For sure, as Sus keeps taking us into the corner. A little bit more fanned out as well here in this stage, Dean. We don't see it as tight as it was there in stage number 1. Maybe the boys are backing it off just a little bit here to keep it rolling in this stage. As you see, the leaders are breaking off. Also different from what we saw there in stage number 1, as Sus and Diebold are taking us down the backstretch here, fanning out down the backstretch.
We've got some driver cams as well, too. I'd love to show you, but at the moment, they're a bit of pressure. In fact, we can show you a bit about Joshua Suss. He's one of the drivers that usually, like always, provides us some fantastic cameras, and a few other drivers have. But because we have such caution fest, my friend, we spent most time looking at replays.
Oh, no.
We have another.
As the Surf Pro caution flag waves once again, Dean, it is the commentator's curse here, as we'll check out that Pulse Poppers instant replay. That's going to be the 25 machine. Also the 8 of Mark Morton back there. James Kaufman. That's the 56 that's going to be involved. That's Cole Herkinson back there. See the 20 involved as well. It's going to be way back in the back. That's Cole Larson in that 20 you see on your screen. You also see the 48 machine of Robbie Richards again going to be caught up in another caution. It's going to be some of those same names that's been caught up in those early cautions. Dean, Phil Pappas in that 88. You see that truck as well.
That's Cole Larson too. That's on a replay of what happened to Cole Larson if he was picked up on that one. This is not live pictures for the camera you see for Cole Larson, but it's the accident that happened up the road. So Cole Larson's just a unfortunate bystander to that situation.
Oh, man, I love it, though, Dean. You see the setup. He's feeling good. He's looking good. You see the truck with the Mountain Dew paint scheme on there. He thought he was going to have a great night. Just on one of those restarts, too. You know, you think you're going to start back here. You got a reset truck from stage number 1.
I think, yeah, just gets into the back of the 56 there. And that's Craig Schroeder that, unfortunately, gets turned. And that'll cause that little bit of pile up for the rest of the field. 88's involved there. The 20 goes into the 48, as you can see in your pictures there. Barney gets that yellow flag out again. His arm's going to get sore after tonight if we continue this way. But go back to our live pictures thanks to the Pulse Poppers instant replay. Joshua still in the lead, but a ton of cars down pit road.
Yeah, a lot of trucks are going to head down pit road here early on in this stage. I think, Dean, you want to try to get these trucks ready for a little bit of a long run, but we know so far here in this race, the caution flags are waving like crazy. And I think, Dean, what I mentioned to start off this race, it's going to be one of those races you might see a newcomer rise to the top. You might see one of those upset drivers clinch one of those spots in the playoffs. And, guys, check out those setups. If you're watching along with us here on the NASRA 360 Racing Network, I mean, Dean, for me, I love the googly eyes there, Harris. But Joey Stires, I mean, you can't get any better than that. That is top tier right there.
Look at all the screens that he has. He's got the racing up top. Got the three other screens actually on the walls of the man cave. There's a bar there. Needs somebody to serve the drinks there. And of course, he's a big favorite of the football team that he supports there.
Oh, yeah, the Colts, yes sir.
Yeah, that's it. I don't know which one it is, but he knows. That's not all the driver cams, so we do have a few others. I'll try to get them added as well to our live pictures. But unfortunately, once again, we don't get a chance to talk to our stage 1 winner. It's short track, mate. That's what happens when you get a short track. You don't get a lot of time to go over everything that we need to go over. But we are in stage 2 presented by the Glass Mechanic, and we're about to go green again here at the Lady in Black.
Yeah, our leader Joshua Suss there at the top, Roger Diebold up there, Luke Smith, Lucas Lyons, and Brian Chu. Our biggest move of the race so far is going to be our top 5 to the drop of the green flag. Let's run to the top 10 as we have a second Jonathan Cofield in that 58. He's back up there. Andrew Harris in that 87. Dean not out of the fight just yet. He's still kicking. Raul Mez in that 37 in that 9th spot. And Justin White, that is a name to familiar with everybody around NASRA. He is up to the 9th position here in this race as the pace truck pulls off here on lap 35. We'll see how long we can stay green. As it's going to be Joshua Suss and Diebold taking us down the front stretch to the drop of the green flag. Let's go racing once again into corner number 1.
And let's keep it green, gentlemen, because you want to get up to full speed and start getting the temperature into those tires, start getting a feel for the track as the track does evolve. But of course, when you're at the back there and you've got a gaggle of cars, sometimes going 3 wide, not recommended just yet, gentlemen. But don't go to another caution. There's a couple of cars. There's the 57.
Oh no! Hard. That's the 51 back there.
Yep.
Caution flag waves once again. Serve Pro caution flag. They are getting their money's worth here tonight, Dean. As Brian True, from first glance, it looked like he was just loose by himself and went nose first into the wall. There might have been some contact in there somewhere. There definitely was a cascade effect after he got loose. As you see, going to ride on board with the 51 here.
Yeah, he's already loose, isn't he? He's just battling that car too for now. Let's go back, actually.
Oh, man.
Linked completely by himself, as you'd mentioned.
He did, yeah, he didn't.
Unless he gets tapped. Oh, he does get tapped.
Oh, there does seem to be some contact here. Looking at that replay there, as you mentioned, Dean. We'll see who
We'll have a look from behind. So, see.
Clean out of 4.
Speed here. There it is. And then he gets a little push. Bang. And,
ooh.
that's all she wrote. Hard lick into the fence, as we see. Comes down. Oh, almost misses.
Oh, that's the 7. Kerry Tribute.
Into him in that one. Yeah, Brian Chu, wasn't it?
Kerry Tribute on that one. We'll have to check out.
No, that's Brian. Yeah. Oh.
Brian Chu's the one that's going to go nose first, but
right.
I think the folks at home, they want to know who made that contact, because I think we'll have it there on the replay. As you see the 7 of Kerry Tribute, he's going to get caught up in sort of the cascade effect down the racetrack.
I saw that.
You see Brian
Chu, let's have a
True.
look at who it was behind that. Oh, this has already happened.
And we'll watch again here on this
Can't
replay.
see the truck. Unless the blimp cam might show us the number on it. 50. So hard to read.
That is, and we'll try to see if that's the 57.
87.
87. That's Andrew Harris in the 87, right? Yeah, he was running up there with the leaders. He makes that.
Just trying to see where.
That's
87. Oh, Andrew Harris is still here. Has that already happened there? At that point?
I think it may have happened coming off a 3 right there, Dean. Yeah. We'll see.
Push. Oof.
A little nudge. We'll call it a little nudge here as we're watching the replay here under caution once again from Darlington. And that's going to send Brian True into the garage. And the 87 Andrew Harris was running up there with the leaders, so it was kind of particular why he was running back there in traffic.
Yeah. Andrew Harris is up here.
Yeah. And there's
Andrew Harris cam.
There's gonna be some beef out there. There's gonna be some beef on that one. I gotta say, to shout out my man Jake Reeves. That's gonna be one of those. It's gonna be a little hard to explain the replay on that one, Dean.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. We've got JD Larson here's got his cam. There's JD Larson. Of course, we just looked at his son before. He's running right behind him, actually, Cole Larson. And there's Cole. But then Cole's got to try to catch JD on the back of the tail end of the pack. And he's approaching him now on the backstretch. So he'll be coming up to his father very, very soon. As they're going to get ready to go green again as the pace truck lights are off. As you can see in your pictures. I don't know where Wesley is. He must have completely reset his internet or something.
As we're going to watch Joshua Suss Diebold up there, as you mentioned, Dean. Going to go 2x2 here, drop of the green flag. We'll see how long we can stay green, as we've had 7 cautions so far, but the green flag in the air into 1. And you see, Dean, they're scrappy for the lead as Diebold wants to take that top spot from Suss off of 2. They're also scrapping it up for second. As you see, Lucas Lyons into the wall once again. He is getting friendly, close and comfy with that top side wall. As right now, we're going to go almost 3 wide for that race lead. They're going to wisely fan back out Luke Smith in that 27 machine, trying to slide into that 4th spot. Not going to work, though, as we're still under green, but we're side by side for the race lead into 1.
Yeah, look at Roger, 26 positions gained at the moment, putting pressure there on Joshua, who's 17 gained. So these drivers survived all the so many cautions that we've had already. In fact, quite a bit 7 for 8 for something like that at the moment, including our stage break at the moment. But this is going for a 2 for now. Roger just getting his nose ahead of Joshua Suss.
But look at Lucas Lyons up there at Cofield as well. Oh my goodness. Oh, we're wrecking. Trucking into the wall. That's Luke Smith, 27. No caution yet on the racetrack, as we're still green as our leader right now. And there it goes. Serve Pro caution flag out once again because we have a bigger pileup on the racetrack, Dean.
Yeah, Jeffrey Johnson's gone around somewhere, so maybe.
Wow.
See. You can see the banking elevation changes as he's trying to get that truck back around. Another caution. Let's have a look what happened to JJ. Oh, is this... No, that's just a hard lick into the fence. From behind, that's the 33 gets into it. So JJ must be looking in his mirrors and he also gets involved. No?
That's a tough one there, Dean. It had to have been something
no,
that...
JJ, that's the reason why. My apologies. Yeah, let's go back. I was looking at Justin White. This is what happens here. So this is a hard lick into the fence here. Bang. Also the driver behind. And there's the 33.
There's the 23 Joey Stiers as well. Early favorite in this race.
Joey Styles is also, I think he got into the fence, just felt bad for him and said, look, I'm going to come tango with the fence as well.
And the initial was Lucas Smith right there, the 27. He's spinning out on the front stretch. He got knocked out of traffic there.
Yeah, there's the 33. Oh, it comes down and tags Joey. Yep, bango. In fact, everybody just ping-pongs Joey to keep him in the middle of the track there. So,
we were sort of waiting for that caution flag to wait for the 27 and Lucas Smith, who was sideways. And he didn't wait for that, and the boys kept racing into the corner. And just more trucks. And right now, Dean, we're looking at Roger Diebold, Joshua Suss up there as we're winding down stage number 2. Of course, we're going to race to lap number 75 in stage number 2. Some of these guys, I think it's just going to be a game of survival at this point. If you can survive on the racetrack, you might just get a top 10 by default.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, the lady in black, she doesn't... She punishes, but she can also benefit drivers, of course, that manage to keep themselves out of trouble here in Darlington. That's what it's all about, isn't it? Staying as much as you can wreck-free, and bingo, going to get some crucial stage points as well, too, perhaps even a race win.
And when I'm watching...
Points.
Yeah, points. And when I'm watching, too, Dean, if you're watching along with us here on the Nazareth 360 Racing Network, we have some guys starting to make comebacks as well. We look at the 48 of Robbie Richards. He's up to 11th as well. Look at Bo Tiffany in that 46. Now he's back inside the top 10 once again. Mark Morton in that 8. He's back in the mix as well. These are guys that have been involved in multiple cautions, Dean, on the racetrack. And somehow, in some way, they've found themselves back creeping inside of that top 10. Could be fighting for top 5 positions here at the end of stage number 2.
Let's hope. Which is presented by the Glass Mechanic once again for all your glassing needs. And these trucks are going to need some glass as well too on their windscreens and side mirrors and all that sort of jazz that'll be smashed to pieces as we've had our 8th caution now. 7 due to accidents and 1 due to our stage break.
Now, is there a duct tape sponsor? Because we might need that as well. Exactly. How banged up these trucks are going to be.
Well, so far, Fred, the pace car driver, has probably led more laps than everybody else.
Well, let's see if Diebold and Joshua Suss can say anything about that as the green flag is in the air once again here at the Lady in Black. And that wraps up our 8th caution of the night as our leader takes us into 1 clean so far as they're battling it out for a second. Joshua Suss now down to 3rd. Roger Diebold up 27 spots to start off this race. Our race leader, but they're already starting to throw elbows there inside that top 10, Dean, as we're down the backstretch.
Well, Joshua Suss has chatted to some people at the moment. He's got side-by-side battling it out. Jonathan Caulfield. Fantastic action. Roger Diebold, what a good launch that he got. He absolutely got out of the gate like a racehorse too for now. But he does have Andrew Harris keeping him for company right now. And they're building up a bit of a gap. You can see that big battle between Joshua Suss and Jonathan Caulfield, Stephen Thomas, Chris Blanchard a little bit behind him.
I love Caulfield's mentality in this race, though. He knows he might not have the fastest truck on the racetrack, but if he can just plant it right there, boy, oh my goodness, as he feels the pressure out of Joshua Suss. They're 3 wide behind him. Caution flag out once again. The Serve Pro caution flag waves as the 83 and the 22, That's going to be, I'm going to let you go ahead with that one, Dean. And that's Shane Trotter tied up there in that 22 machine.
Yep, let's go back and have a look at again what's happened for another caution here. Drivers getting into each other a little too early, I'd say. That's 83 looking to go very slow there. Yep, all by himself. Got to come back up onto the track there, nowhere to go. Bang, goes Shane Trotter straight into him. Lucky that this is the virtual world, because that's a hard lick straight into the door of the driver as well, my friend. You'd be okay if you're in Australia, because you'd be on the opposite side, but not here in the United States of America. That's Aaron, and this is a situation. So there he is, and Shane Trotter's going, well, he's not at the inside. He's up at the inside. No, not anymore. Bang.
There's going to be a lot of conversations after this race, Dean, for just... I think that's one of those things. If you're the 83, you go low on the racetrack, you avoid the traffic. For Shane Trotter, he's going to have a lot to say about that one as well. I think there's going to be a lot of arguments after this race. Just as a commentator up here in the booth, I mean, we've had 9 cautions so far, 49 laps into this race, 75 laps in stage number 2 here in the DSR Electric Truck Series at the Lady in Black. And just look at that sight there, Dean. Look at how many trucks are now heading down pit road once again.
It's going to be very difficult to keep an eye on how that's all going to pan out for a few drivers who've been at pit road now 2, 3, 4, 5 times even. But there is 2 drivers who have not yet been down pit road at all here on lap 49. That's this man, Roger Diabol. He is currently in the lead of this one. And Joshua Suss. They're the only 2 drivers currently at the moment in our stacked grid of 40 drivers that have not been down. That's him to say that they're obviously can definitely fuel save, can't you? Because my friend, you've under 9 cautions, shouldn't be a problem. And that didn't go down to pit road even during our first stage break.
That's going to be tough. That's one of those, the dodgeball. That's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for them, because I think here eventually they're going to get passed by Cofield there in that 58. Suss is really moving there in that 80 as well. Stephen Thomas hasn't been a name we've called out too much here tonight. And Dean, look at him now. Chris Blanchard, he wins at Dega last week. He's trying to go back-to-back here at 2 totally different racetracks. He's up to 6th here on the racetrack.
There's your previous race winners. Caulfield as well, too. It's a good position. Currently, at the moment, he's mastered the Watkins Glen. Matt Cherry, Lucas Lyons has had a couple of wins under his belt there. Of course, they're locked in. You win, you're in. That's the general rule of thumb if you're a full-time driver, as you can currently see at the moment. Caulfield, Lyons, Cole, Matt Cherry, Chris Blanchard. So the other drivers at the moment, Roger, in leading this race at the moment, he's got the most amount of points apart from everybody else. No boss man, Brady LaBeouf. So hope Brady's doing well. I know he was feeling under the weather the other day, and unless he's actually finally gone on that little vacation he said he was going to take that Jake's on right now.
That's right. Our man Jake Reeves out on that cruise before the little one arrives. But guys, got another restart on the racetrack as the pace truck pulls off. Diebold, Harris, Suss, Cofield, Blanchard, Thomas, Maurer, White, Morton, and Tiffany going to take that green flag into one. Here we go, racing at Darlington once again.
Dean, does that sound better?
Oh, yeah, rocking and rolling. Our man Wesley's back here in the booth as Diebold, our race leader. You haven't missed much, Wesley, just a couple more cautions.
I got to step away for a second. I'm going to leave it on this camera because I've got to pull my door down. It's bucketed down rain. Hang on.
Figured so. It's went from my modem went from I'm not supposed to have 72 megabytes per second. I'm supposed to be putting
caution flag. Caution's out. Caution's out.
430 to 500, and I knew something wasn't right, so I had to literally cut everything off and reset it. And I had to reset the modem, and it seemed like it took forever. But nonetheless, man, what a wreck fest here at Darlington. I am not impressed with what I've seen tonight. Like,
no.
What in the world, guys? I mean, what have you done all weekend?
It's been
practice running into the wall with one another. I mean, what in the world?
That's going to be Robbie Richards in there in that 48.
Because it's bucketing down right. Hang on. Let's get back. It was Robbie Richards.
And Wesley, that's going to make double digits here tonight. Our 10th caution of the night here in stage number 2. We'll check out our Pulse Poppers instant replay. And that's just going to be another fencing right there. I'm going to call it here, Wesley, a fencing move on the racetrack. Just clip that quarter panel and fence them. That's what it looks like to me.
Yeah, I just call it another S show. You know what I mean? Look at that.
That's pretty clear. That's a fencing if I've ever seen one. Whee! Right into the fence. Yeah, that's I think what we're seeing too, Wesley. I think
My
it's just a
goodness.
culmination of caution after caution, and these guys are getting frustrated, and these guys are getting wrecked by each other, and then it's retaliation on the racetrack. So I think as these trucks are getting more and more damaged, we'll see some of those guys that have beef on the racetrack maybe parking in the garage, and we'll start to see a little bit more racing on the racetrack. But for Diebold, Harris,
That's what
Cofield,
Jenna's
those type of
stage right
guys, look at Blanchard inside the top 5. He won last week at Dega. He's trying to win here at Darlington. I was mentioning the Dean. This is a totally different racetrack. That would be very impressive for him to do that.
We can get a stage 1 whatever you want. I'm muted at the moment. Well, we can't find him, could we?
Under caution, and right now Roger Diebold being showed as the leader.
Yep. And he still hasn't been down pit road.
Joshua Suss as well hasn't headed down pit road. A couple of these guys, Wesley, they're trying to play the long game in stage number 2. And with this amount of cautions, you almost could. You could stretch the window, push that envelope, if you will. But everybody else, it looks like, has gone down pit road. Harris down lap 27. You look at Blanchard, lap 27. Cofield as well, lap 27. But some of these guys, they're gambling a little bit, and it's paying off.
It certainly is, as we'll get ready to try to go for this again. Sorry about that, everybody. I had a technical issue on my modem and internet here at the Casa, and I had to make some adjustments. It sounds a whole lot. I know it does. 72 megabytes per second is nothing like 450. Nonetheless, we get ready to go back for a restart. There's a look at what's up ahead. By the way, don't forget, tomorrow night, no NASRA coverage because the Blanchard's Towing Xfinity Series is done. We await to see what they'll do for Season 4 when it comes back. Wednesday night is when we're back at Bristol for the Cup Series playoffs. And then, of course, we're back on Friday.
If I'm not in the middle of a cyclone.
So a short week. A short week. Space Truck is getting ready to come down to pit road. We are in Glass Mechanics stage number 2. Just about 25 laps left of stage 2 and the halfway mark. And we are back to green. Guys, somehow, some way, let's finish under green.
Absolutely going to ride on board the 14 of Roger Diebold, and you see him already starting to throw elbows behind him inside that top 10. As you see, Cofield's going to go to the inside here into 3 and 4. Let's see if he's going to take the lead, one of the fastest trucks on the racetrack. And folks, just to remind you, Diebold hasn't gone down pit road here in this race, as Cofield's going to be our race leader off of 4.
Brian Chu's crashed somewhere, but I know.
Understanding Brian Chu has crashed and gone around. We got some more trucks a little topsy-turvy down the front straightaway. They hold it together and we'll stay green.
And if you want to know where the beef's at, that's where the beef's at, Wesley. Further on down that pack, a lot of guys not having the best of nights, and it's not going to get any better back there as they're 3 wide inside that top 15.
Hold on to your hats, gentlemen. This is going to get spicy and dicey.
Cofield and Harris now 1 and 2. Blanchard top 3. They're all right there with, of course, also Suss and Diebold. Up high, Tiffany. Bo Tiffany usually in a 35. Now he's in a 46 for Blue Line Racing. Maurer to the inside. So is also Lyons. All this goes on in the top 10 as they thunder into 3.
They're so thundering and moving here at Darlington. This is our longest green flag run of the race so far. Looks like some of that beef has died down as we're riding along board with the 53 machine of Lucas Lyons. He's to the inside of that 46. He'll take that spot into the corner momentarily. Watch out as now the Surf Pro caution flag waves once again here at Darlington.
Let's see for who.
I cannot believe that this is the 11th caution in less than 60 laps.
I can't see
What
who
in the
on that
world is going on, guys? Brian Chu, the ticker saying Brian Chu crashed, but I think something else happened.
No, that was the lap before. That was on lap 46. I can't see who had a moment at all. Maybe somebody in the chat might can tell us.
I don't know what happened.
Anyway, there's our driver cams. Some of them anyway. Andrew House, Joey
And while
Stiles.
we're under yellow flag, finally, let's catch up with stage 1 winner. If you really want to call it a stage, what a wreck fest. Joey Stiers, it's the broadcast booth. What is going on out there tonight, dude?
Man, it's survival of the fittest tonight, boys. There's a lot of calamity out here, and unfortunately, we got involved in somebody else's misfortune. So that's always pretty much what happens here at the Lady in Black.
Now, you did win stage number 1, though. Obviously, that's got to be good to go towards your valiant efforts to try to make it into a opportunity to go to the playoffs.
Yeah, absolutely. This season, I haven't had a whole lot of luck here in the stages, and today we brought some speed to the track, qualifying on the pole, which really shocked me at first because I know a lot of these other guys were way faster than me. But we put down an awesome lap, and we had the track position there, and I was doing everything I could to get my first ever stage win. So, yeah, I was feeling pretty good there, and then we got caught up in somebody else's misfortune, and we got a little bit of damage. But now we're on our way back up. We're P12 right now and hoping to get some more stage points here before lap 75. So I think we're still in it. We're not down for the count yet.
Will.
Stiers, as you mentioned, man, it's the survival of the fittest. How can you survive this race? Is it just staying at some of these cautions, or is it just racing everybody clean on the racetrack?
I think it's a little bit of luck, to be honest, because I was racing pretty much everybody clean there, and then you get guys in front of you that are on different tire strategies and whatnot, and they're getting loose off the corner, slamming the wall, and spinning out in front of you, and there's really nothing you can do about it. So you're just kind of playing dodge or Frogger, pretty much, just dodging cars left and right. But you try to give these guys as much space as you can and just let them burn their tires up, and you save a little bit, and then just go right around them. So I think that's going to be our play for the rest of the night.
There we go. I love it, man. Go out there and put that 23 in victory lane. Let's see if you can get across the road here in the game of Frogger.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
All right, so there's the thoughts of Joey Stiers.
I like it, Wesley. I like it.
And he puts himself in stage 1. Stage 2 has been a wreck fest, about as much as the first one has. And remember, there will be a caution not at the end of stage 2 presented by Glass Mechanic, unless they continue to keep wrecking like they're in the funny papers themselves, because lap 75 is halfway and is the end of Glass Mechanic stage 2, and we're supposed to race green flag in to the third stage. I don't know. Probability says no, that's not going to happen, because we're going to try to come back for a restart.
Hey, I got to say, if you're Surf Pro and you're Glass Mechanic, you are getting your money's worth tonight as a sponsor, because you're getting those shout-outs left and right.
Pulse Poppers.
And Pulse Poppers, that's true.
And Pulse Poppers sponsor the race and the replays. We get ready to go back for a green flag here. Wrapping up our 11th caution, 61 complete. Less than 15 to go in Glass Mechanic Stage 2. Here are the Pulse Poppers 200 at Darlington. We're back underway.
Cofield's still clear in that lead. Blanchard now up inside that top 3. White right behind him. They're 2x2 for 5th, though. Now single file down that backstretch into 3. Cofield's our race leader. They're single file down to 5th.
Off that going back straightaway now. They work their way back to the corner. Here they come out of 3 and 4. If you've ever been to Darlington as many times as I have, it's one of those racetracks, honestly, William, where you have to hug the wall. You have to hug the wall. They talk about a Darlington stripe, right? This is a place where you could bounce off the wall, and as long as it's a glancing blow, you're okay. You can be able to continue along. But don't underestimate or disregard how punishable this place is. It is unforgiving. You make one wrong slip and the wrong turn, exit the wrong corner, hit the straightaway too hard. A Darlington stripe can become the end of your night.
And you talk about guys hugging that wall. We're seeing guys on the racetrack now running their fastest laps of the race so far. And you see a big fan out there. They're going to ride on board with the 13 machine of Tyler Goodwin. You saw him get some of those Darlington stripes along the side. And one of those guys that have taken some of those stripes is Lucas Lyons in that 53 machine. He's bounced off that wall a few times, but still inside the top 10 in the 8th spot.
You watch them climb the wall. Another thing you got to think about too, William, is we're racing in the daytime, right? This is not nighttime. They have
Oh, yeah.
lights here at Darlington, but this is daytime. If you want to look at some of the track information, the track time, and what the track temperature is right now, if you want to pop that up, there it is. I mean, what is 1,700 hours? That's basically what, 4 o'clock, I think, 5 o'clock in the afternoon. So it's late afternoon, and you look at the track temp, right? It's 74 degrees.
That's a chilly 74, and one of the drivers is going to ride on board with Cole Larson, as I was going to mention. He's moving up the grid now, up to that 14th position after being caught up in some of those early cautions. Wesley, Joey Styres is making a comeback as well. He has now cracked inside the top 10 in that 23 machine. He took a lot of damage in some of those cautions to start out this race. Now, because of some of those more cautions that have happened, more trucks out of this race, it's given that 23 an opportunity to now work inside that top 10, now running some very, very fast laps here in this race.
Meza. Get off the track.
Meza spins. He's at the bottom of the yellow line, which
That should
means
be okay.
he's not in the racing groove.
He should be all right.
And we'll stay under the green flag.
Let him go. Let him go here at Darlington as we're still racing under green. And Wesley, I got to say, this looks to be about the cleanest we've been all night. Very single file, very calculated here on the racetrack. We see a battle here brewing up between the 10 and the 26 machine. That's Cole right there as they come off the corner here down the backstretch. And we're looking at just about 8 laps to go here in this stage as we see into the battle inside that top 10.
Craig.
Larson and Schroeder continue the battle. Spoke to Craig Schroeder the other night, man. Remember, we spoke with him after his race. He thought it was like a victory. He finished second. And it was like a win for him. Cofield has just been a man on fire.
Whoa, right there's
This year.
Mark Morton is trying to get around. We're going to ride on board the 5 of Bruce. There's some of those Darlington racing stripes you were talking about there, Wesley, as the 8 of Morton. He's going to try to make a move on that 44.
Oh.
Whoa, as he sends Stephen Thomas up into the wall. This is getting scrappy back here, Wesley, as they're off the corner.
And Stephen Thomas up in the fence.
Oh. Both in the fence.
And they still race on.
They're
That's
still
Morton,
going.
Thomas,
Wow.
Bruce, Lyons, Maurer, all stacked up with each other. Up against the outside, safer Barron. Maurer pals now to the inside, going after him on the bottom in 4.
Boy, what a battle to stay inside that top 10. You know who's watching this from the court side? See, this is 23 machine of Joey Styres. He's watching this not too far away. You can't miss him there in that green truck as Nathan Maurer gets away around the 53 machine of Lucas Lyons. You see that mean green machine of Joey Styres right there in that 23. He's trying to creep up through the grid as right now we're very fanned out right outside that top 15.
Katie Knight. Oh, we go back up the front. Andrew Harris and Chris Blanchard.
Battle up front. This is for second, Harris Blanchard, as we are closing in, by the way, on Glass Mechanics Stage 2 finishing. Remember,
Under green.
we go to green to Stage 3, and we need it.
We're still green, and Cofield is checked out here in the stage, Wesley. He's not feeling any pressure here to wrap up, and you see how fast he is here at the top of the grid. Nobody around him. As long as this thing stays green, he can get the Stage 2 victory.
Cofield, Harris, Blanchard, White, Morton, right now your top 5. Thomas, Bruce, Maurer, Lyons, Diebold, all up for grabs or stage points for them if they can hold on in 3 more laps.
Yeah, Diebold in that 10th spot. Lucas Lyon, Nathan Maurer, Darren, Bruce, Stephen Thomas, Mark Morton in that 8. Somehow now inside that top 5 once again. But boy, this battle for a second is not going to simmer down as you see the 87 of Andrew Harris bounce off that top side wall. Chris Blanchard to the inside. Last week's winner trying to go back to back here at Darlington. He makes contact. He keeps him straight though on the racetrack. He's going to appreciate that as Chris Blanchard takes that 2nd spot down the backstretch.
Comes Darren Bruce.
If you'd like to know more information about Pulse Poppers, hit Pulse Poppers on Facebook. That is, again, Pulse Poppers on Facebook. Give them a like and a follow. As well as you're doing that, hit that like and subscribe.
There we go.
To over 1,000 people on the NASCAR 360 Racing Network. Final lap, Glass Mechanic, stage number 2. Mumford, Alabama's Jonathan Cofield.
Wow.
His team, Auburn, is #1 in basketball heading into March Madness. The tournament next week, and the Alabama driver, Cofield's going to come to the line and win another stage. But we do not go to caution. Thank God. We move into stage 3 here at Darlington.
Wow, what a stage victory it was there for the 58 of Cofield. Very clean way to end the stage. Looked very fast to wrap it up. Wow, had to get through some lap traffic there. But it's going to be Cofield, Blanchard, Harris, White, Morton, Thomas, Bruce, Diebold, Maurer, and Joey Stars will get some stage points there in stage number 2.
We're at the Darlington Raceway. William Tiller is filling in for my good friend, the redneck announcer, Jacob Reeves, who's out on a cruise boat somewhere in the Atlantic or the Bahamas or the Caribbean or wherever the hell he is. He's on the Love Boat with his wife, Taylor. They're kind of having their last bon voyage, if you will, before the new addition comes to the family. Because his life's all about to change soon, I promise you. 4 wide. Behind that is all we go. Cofield, Blanchard, Harris. And while this happens, look at these trucks going out into the top 10 off 4.
Wow, and they're still bunched up there inside that top 10. Now, as we're still under green, our longest green flag run of the race so far here tonight, Wesley, keep an eye out on some of those pit stops. Going to start creeping into that strategy as well, as the 87 is going to get away from the top side of the racetrack. He is in the danger zone. Oh, my goodness, here comes the 44. Watch out for the 44, Stephen Thomas. There's going to be some contact back here. Wesley, oh, no! There goes the 8 of Mark Morton. He's still on the racetrack. No, now he gets more contact, but there. He's still good. He's okay. He's okay.
We're still ground.
There it is.
Son of a biscuit.
Oh, man.
Caution is out.
Wow.
Oh, man.
Caution. Somebody get up there and take that flag away from Barney. Just steal it. So
I just pushed Barney off the flag stand, right? Just say we need, they talk about wanting to have have umpire bots in baseball. Let's just take Barney out. We don't need Barney. Stop waving cautions, Barney.
But I think, Wesley, this was really, if you've ever played the NASCAR Thunder games, I think this was a built-up rivalry here between the 87 and the 8. And you see this contact here. There was more contact before this happened. The 87 just hits him once. And there's more and more that just brews up on the racetrack.
Oh, no, it's up there. Who's crashed up there?
That's the 48 of Robbie Richards there. And
Robbie Richards.
It's into the wall once again. These are some of the same names here, Wesley. And what happens is you get involved in those early cautions. You get stuck in this hornet's nest of the racetrack. And we'll ride on board here with the 48 of Robbie Richards, see what he gets involved here.
So that's My goodness, look at this again. Wow.
And then, bang.
Oh, look at it.
Now that's what caused the caution, actually, not the other drivers going off. Anyway, we got pit roads.
Drivers were pitting, I think.
And Roger stayed out, and so did Joshua Suss, and they haven't been down pit road yet.
Joshua.
Yeah, no, have they? Oh, they have actually. Sorry, my bad. I got excited.
They have officially headed down pit road. Joshua Suss and Diebold, their first pit stops of the night, Wesley. What a way to stretch that all the way out here.
They did. Sorry, they boxed back on lap 59.
And they boxed on that lap 59 a few laps to go, but what a way to stretch that out. But a lot of the other guys are heading down pit road here, so they'll have a lot of that fresh truck working for them here. As you see, Maurer in the 971 is going to head out of pit road. You know, I talked a lot about Blanchard, Wesley, here tonight. He wins at Dega, comes in here tonight. He's got a top 5 truck. He could be in contention for the race victory the way this is playing out.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
It's Cofield. So you want to talk to stage 2 winner?
200 is rolling on to the third and final stage. Well, let's talk to him again. We've talked to him again, and we've talked to him again. And, hey, let's talk to him again. Because it seems like we talk to him every day of the week. In some shape or form. And I'm talking about my buddy Jonathan Cofield, part of Upfront Motorsports, another stage win for the Alabama man. Auburn Tigers on his helmet. They're #1 in the nation. They're getting ready for March Madness and the tournament. And Cofield, you get another stage win.
Yeah, it's going pretty good out here. There's a little bit of strategy going on. Some people trying to save a set of tires, which I don't know if it'd be a good idea or not because all these cautions. But We're just trying to stay up here and stay out of the wrecks.
I was about to say, you said everything was going good out here. I was about to say, what race are you watching, Johnny?
Well, it's going decent.
Yes, sir.
I hope you got plenty of sleep after you got off the airplane.
Yeah, Cofield, it looked like they're at the end of stage number 2. You found something. Looks like you found some speed there at the end. Did you happen to find a little something you might apply here at the end of this run?
Yeah, I like this track. It's one of my favorites. Got the Kevin Harvick throwback on here. Gonna try to get it in victory lane.
There we go. Good luck, man.
Buddy. Thanks for your time, ladies and gentlemen. We'll let him get back to the whip again. You've heard from both stage winners and another man with Up Front Motorsports.
Watch that 58.
Jonathan
He's going to be
Cofield.
fast. He found something, Wesley, there at the end of that stage.
Ready for the field to come back to green. Here we go. This is the Pulse Poppers 200. We're in the third and final stage. The run to the checkered flag is on now, and Diebold is gone. Suss and Tiffany side by side for second off two.
Yeah, Tiffany is another scrappy dog here in this race. Been involved in some of those early on cautions. Now back inside of that top 5. Going to ride on board with the 80 machine, though, into 3 and 4. He's feeling the pressure early. Chris Blanchard's up there in the mix as well. They're 2 by 2 by 2, just outside of that top 5. Wesley is right down the front stretch.
Somehow they save it.
Oh, man.
We race on. Look at this. Cofield on the inside. Look at the move he's got on the 80 of Suss. Suss hung out to dry. And I'm understanding he hasn't even pitted yet.
Oh, no, he went down lap 50. Oh, truck into the wall. Truck into the wall.
I think that's Morton. Morton crashes, turns into the pack.
Wow.
They have no choice but to throw a caution. He's the only man that spun, but he has crashed hard to the back straightaway.
A hard impact there for the 8 machine of Mark Morton. Will watch his Pulse Poppers instant replay, and it's just going to involve the 8, and he's just going to go nose first off the corner.
Oh, he gets tagged.
Right here on the side, a little bit of side draft. Oh, that's going to be a hard impact for the 8. And I think, Wesley, the 8 machine of Mark Morton just had one of those terrible outings here tonight. I think at this point it might be time just to pack it up and head the next week, as they say. That's the 87, Andrew Harris. Same names.
Getting loose, yeah. Andrew Harris was getting loose and then got into him, I think.
Oh, man.
Man, on to the next one. That's all I can say.
Yeah,
Morton,
for the 8.
Yeah, what a tough break here. Another caution. Let's look at it again. Look at Andrew Harris. Watch this happen in front of him. There goes Ada Morton right down there to the inside, and he shoots. Okay, I think we're ahead of ourselves.
Yeah, contact's already been made.
Behind them, actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you see, Wesley, it's just the slightest of wiggle for the 87 coming off the corner.
It wasn't Harris, was it?
He comes right off the corner, just wiggles just the slightest, makes the side contact with the 8, and it just hits just the right moment.
Yeah, there it is. So Harris gets into Morton, and then watch the 8 right here. And he had to make a choice, right, Will, because he was running out of room. You could literally see he was about to hit the wall himself.
He was. It was either the wall or the guy to the inside, and he didn't really know how close the 8 was to his inside, and boy... It's just tough race.
Yeah, I don't think he really did realize that. Another caution. We're back up and rolling and rocking, and the yellow flags keep on waving. Trucks keep spinning. We keep grinning. We're back from Darlington, hopefully for the finish of this one. Stay with us.
Yeah, your mic's perfect there, Wes.
Oh, my God. I knew something was wrong. That's why I told you I'd cut everything off and reset it. Hey, by the way, I'm just letting you know, next week I have got to start leaving again at 11 o'clock, or 11:10 at the latest. If these races aren't done by then, I have to leave because I am back for another year of the Northwest Racing Series trucks.
Mm-hmm. But they don't have your producer like me.
I wish they did hire you as a producer, but you don't want to work for them. You don't want to stay up.
I don't have the time. Yeah, that's the problem.
Charles Wooten is a good producer, though. He's really good.
Yeah.
Charles Wooten is a good producer. I worked with Charles before I worked with you, Dean. So, I mean.
Oh. It's like that, is it, Wesley?
He works for Racon, is what I'm about to say. So.
Yeah.
He's better.
Yeah, you said he's better.
No, I did not say he was better. I said I worked with him before I worked with you. I've been working with him since 2020.
Let's get back live. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Back here at the virtual Darlington Raceway, William Tiller, by the way, filling in for Jacob Reeves. I'm Wesley Outland, and we are getting ready to go for a restart. 87 of 150 laps, ready to take this to the finish line. Hopefully, legs, fingers, eyes, toes crossed. Back underway here in Darlington.
As again, a great restart there. Roger Diebold there. He's going to be all by himself. Coming off of 2C Cofield now already back up in the mix. Blanchard there as well. There'll be 1, 2, 3 separating from that 4th position into 3 and 4. Oh, trucks into the wall. Trucks into the wall. That's Raul Meza, the very tail end of the pack. He'll be into the backstretch barrier wall. No caution flag yet as the 37 still rolling down the racetrack.
So you got to remember, William, the way Darlington is, it is a track that normally you're racing up on the top of the banking. So with that said, if there's any type of an issue with a truck or debris or anything like that, and it's at the bottom of the racing surface on the yellow line, right there about the 3rd lane down, they will not throw a caution. Not even NASCAR in real life will throw a caution.
Oh.
But if they get up in the racing groove, like we saw with Morton, they've got no choice but to throw a caution because it is in a harmful area on the racetrack.
And it looks like the 14, Roger Diebold's in a harmful area of the racetrack. He just lost 3 spots here, and he is fading quick here as our new leader on the racetrack is going to be Cofield. Blanchard in 2nd, and White up to 3rd. Justin White up 23 spots. On the drop of the green flag, we have trucks bouncing off the wall, Wesley.
Yeah, that was a hard hit there for Joshua Suss. Joshua Suss, you're on board with him, by the way, on the bottom right. And the man out of Great Bend, Kansas, I don't think he's pitted yet. I think he's used up all of his truck.
Yeah, they got about 30 laps on these tires, I think. So these other guys.
He pitted on lap 59. Hell, it's lap 90 now. He's out of total sequence with everybody else. And look at this stack of dominoes working into turn number 3. These 5 trucks.
And Roger Diebold, the same thing last time down pit road was lap 59. You can see he is fighting that truck on the racetrack. But Joey Steyer's back in the mix inside the top 10. He is right on that back bumper trying to get around. You see the 10 machine to the inside as well. There goes Steyer's to the inside of the 14. He's trying to gain another spot, moving up to 8th here at Darlington. Off the corner. Oh my goodness, that was tight.
Solid race going on. Hey, by the way, don't forget daylight savings time returns this Saturday.
No.
Sunday, 2 a.m. becomes 3 a.m. That is not a joke. That is a real public service announcement. Remember to get ready to set those clocks ahead an hour before you go to bed because you get an extra hour of daylight. I love it, William. I love it.
Absolutely. As Andrew Harris, there's a lot of daylight savings going on back here. Savings of trucks as these guys are avoiding the collisions with one another as Diebold is just holding on to that thing as much as he can. Wesley, he has gone to 1st. He is sliding all the way down that grid. Boy, he is losing position after position after position here on the racetrack down to 13th already.
Yes, sir, and we're not done yet. Here we go.
Which I picked up, Jackie.
There's your number 14 machine.
Joshua Suss is dropping big time. Look, he's struggling. Joshua Suss has got nothing
Inside,
in that car.
outside. Joshua Suss is free falling like the lyrics to the Tom Petty song. Slip sliding away if you're a tough Paul Simon fan. And he is just not staying in with the front leaders right now. I don't know if this is a strategy. If it is, he's fooled the hell out of me and a lot of other people. But for right now, this guy, I think, is wanting a caution flag to come out. Look at J.D. Larson on board with him.
Absolutely.
Working perfectly around the track.
Yeah, he's trying to hold on as well. Some of these guys in that 98 machine, if he can just catch the draft of Suss, he can work back up the grid. As we look at that rolling ticker on your screen, we have 41st, 40th, 39. A lot of trucks already out of this race. We have 20 trucks still on the lead lap. Only 20 trucks, Wesley. We started with 40. Half of the field is now a lap down here, lap 96, as the battles are brewing around the Lady in Black.
It's not done yet.
Absolutely not.
Boy, oh boy, watch that 87. Harris on the inside, gets around Schroeder, pulls up high, bounces off the wall. Now sets his sights on Goodwin and Stiers. All that's going on to put him in the top 10, back into 1.
And Tyler Goodwin, a name we haven't mentioned at all in that 13 machine. He is moving and grooving. You look at Justin Lumpkin as well, just outside that top 10. We'll ride on board with the Doom machine of Cole Larson. He is moving and grooving through the grid as well. But you see how loose he is here, Wesley. A little bit of slip sliding here at Darlington.
On board Cole Larson.
Get into it, son.
Watching him now working in to turn number 3, or actually turn 1.
Feel the concentration. Oh.
Off that going back straightaway. Now he hits it. Remember, Darlington used to be the front straightaway on the backstretch now.
Who's that into the wall, backstretch, wall, right there. Is that the 14
Wow.
machine of Diebold? That's
Diebold.
It is Diebold. Led into the wall on the backstretch. He keeps it straight, though, here at Darlington. That's going to check up Cole Larson there in that 20. As we were riding on board, we see real time the issues that the 14's having.
And remember, at one time, Diebold led this race. Not anymore. Now all the way down in to 15th. Started 28th.
And Wesley, I want you to check out a guy on the racetrack right now here as we've crossed the century mark here in the DSR Electric Truck Series. Justin White in that too. He is running lap times that are as close to the leader as possible. Leader last time by 29.8. Justin White 30 flat. So he's moving and grooving here around the racetrack, up 23 spots since the drop of the green flag.
There's another battle back here, Cole.
Highfield, Blanchard, White, Lyons, Bauer, top 5. We go side by side.
Whoa, no! Wow!
Holy cow, the 44 about ate the wall in front of Eric Hendrickson.
What a
he
move.
got lucky. Stephen Thomas did not.
What a move out of Hendrickson there in that 10 to avoid absolute disaster on the racetrack. Now, Wesley, these are guys inside the top 10. You don't want disaster to strike as you're racing for these spots. You avoided these 11, 12 cautions we've had here tonight. If you could just keep it going, you can get a top 10 out of the Lady in Black as you're going to ride on board real time. This is Lucas Lyons, one of those dogs here tonight, Wesley, that has not given up. He has been involved. He has bounced off the wall. He has done everything he can to stay in the fight. Here he is inside that top 10.
I was about to say, are we going to have another caution flag? Because we were decided to go to a break? No. By the way, we're past lap 100, lap 101 of 150, under 50 to go now here at Darlington. And it is Cofield, stage 2 winner, now still in the lead.
Yeah, we're going to check out that 20 machine. Cole Larson here as he tries to get around the 26. Nah, that's Cody Knott there in the 26s. Will cross that start-finish line, so riding on board here. And I got to say, Wesley, Cofield's checking out there in the lead. He's almost got a 2-second lead on the rest of the field. Like I said, he definitely found something there to wrap up this stage, found some speed, found a way to move and groove through that traffic. Because right now, yes, Cofield, if he doesn't get another caution flag, he can just cruise onto the finish flag.
Stephen Thomas and
cruise to the finish. That's their motto. That's their goal right now, to cruise to the finish in a race that has been a wreckfest in the start. It has finally started to now simmer down, if you will, at the under 50 to go mark as Thomas and Stiers now battle here. Stage 1 winner under attack.
Oh, wow. As Stephen Thomas trying to get to the fender of the 23 machine, Joey Stiers, and you see that setup that Stiers has. Boy, he's going to get squeezed on the racetrack. They're going to keep it clean up there. But another name that's been involved in some of those cautions has been in this race again as Stephen Thomas puts him into the wall, shoves him up the wall. Now that 23 is going to have something to say once he catches back up to him, Wesley.
We are now watching this battle here happen. This is
top 15.
In the top 20, Cody Knott, Roger Diebold, Larson, Johnson. Good solid run for these guys. We race on.
And these are big spots here, Wesley. If you can try to get a top 15 out of this race after everything that has happened, you know, some of these guys are banged up trucks. You have that virtual duct tape on those things. You've got the hammers out. Whatever you've had to do to keep that thing rolling, you can get a top 15, top 10. That's mission accomplished here after everything. Right on board the 33 of Jeffrey Johnson. That's one of those guys that have been involved in this, and you see right ahead of those guys, Diebold. He is just struggling to survive on the racetrack, Wesley.
Ready to settle this one here, and it is not done yet, obviously. So glad you're joining us
Where are you going?
as we continue to race on. Look out. Lucas Lyons now down to the
Down
bottom
pit
of the
road.
racetrack. Is he coming to pit road?
He's coming down pit road in that 53 machine all by himself. So it must be a just a strategic decision there of the 53. Of course, as I mentioned, bounced off the wall a few times here tonight. Could just be something to get that truck right for that long run.
Maybe so.
As we check in with that leader of Cofield, again, Wesley now has that lead up to almost 3 seconds on the racetrack. You know, he is just keeping it easy like Sunday morning up there. No pressure, no traffic, nobody to the inside, nobody bumping his fenders, nobody getting him loose. He is just putting lap time after lap time, and he's just fast. 30.6 last time by. He is just much faster than the rest of the field right now. There's nobody even close to Jonathan Cofield as far as lap time goes.
Look at now, Maurer. Work to the top 5. He's in 4th. He's got Hendrickson behind him. Remember, Cole Hendrickson a moment ago had a big scare by Thomas, who is still behind him, mind you. But everybody just kind of settles down. Here you go. Darlington finally under the 40 laps to go next time by. And you see the sun beaming, glaring on the trucks as they work down the back stretch into 3 and 4. Right about there, the view has got to be hard for these guys working in that peripheral vision, working off 3 and 4.
Oh, it's a blind spot on the racetrack, Wesley. You can't see for just a split second. You just got to go blind faith through that corner. Make sure there's nobody around you as we see another truck down pit road. That's Joshua Suss. Some of those guys that were playing the long game on the racetrack, and we saw how they were fighting that. You know, Diebold lost so many spots on the racetrack. We'll check back up here with the battle for second, Brew, and this is Hendrickson to the inside of Chris Blanchard, Nathan Maurer in that 971 up there inside that top 5. They are battling out. Look at how many spots they've moved, Wesley. Justin White up 23 spots. Cole Hendrickson up 26 spots. Big movers in this race here tonight. They've simmered down for that battle just in time. Wesley going to ride on board with Justin White. One of the biggest surprises of this race, up 23 spots. And here comes the 87 of Andrew Harris. He was up near the front of this race to start out. Kind of got flushed back there in the pack. Wesley started accruing some of those caution flags. Got banged around a couple times. Chris Blanchard down pit road as well in that 9 machine. He was our last week's winner. Was running very strong to start out this race. Not sure what happened in that second run. Got flushed out into traffic a little bit as we jump back up here to the top 5 as Cofield all by himself. But that doesn't mean that battles aren't brewing for those top 3 spots as Hendrickson to the inside of White. He'll take that spot with an IndyCar move. And here comes Justin White down pit road.
Green flag pit stops now starting to happen. Who'd have thunk it, especially after the craziness we saw at the beginning of the race, and it's now possibly going to be coming down to green flag pit stops or even trying to conserve fuel mileage to win this race. Right now, nonetheless, under 35 to go. Cofield in the lead. Hendrickson now second. Maurer, Thomas Stiers. You're on board with Maurer. Not anymore. Schroeder to the inside. He, though, is a truck a lap down.
Sorry.
Boy, and you see the 971, how loose he is there on the racetrack. Wesley, he needs to head down pit road here soon as Luke Smith and that 27, one of those guys trying to make a comeback. We'll ride on board with him as we make it 1:15 into 1.
Luke Smith, that driver right now into the top 10. He's in the 8th position. There's Bo Tiffany, by the way, the 46 for a long time, drove truck 35. Now he's changed his number, and he sits in that 7th spot. A lot of these guys, honestly, hoping for something to change the guard for Cofield to get some company for the win because, honestly, it is looking like another victory, William Tiller, for Jonathan Cofield, unless something crazy happens to the Alabama driver. It's now Kerry Tribune down on pit lane.
Wow, a little bit of Tokyo.
Oh, entering pit
wow.
road.
That might bring. Nope. He's going to get it moving back in the right
remember,
direction. There we go.
below
He's
that
good.
yellow
He's
line.
good. He's good. Yeah, right down
He's-
pit road.
Below that yellow line, so no caution was going to get called.
Phil Pappas now exits pit road in that 88 machine. Relatively clean looking truck there for the 88. Here comes the 7 of Kerry Tribune. We just saw his issues entering pit road. Tyler Goodwin going to ride on board with that 13 machine. Oh, as he bounces off the wall just as we jump on board with him there, Wesley. As you mentioned, these guys are trying to find that speed to catch Jonathan Cofield at the top of the grid as we watch another battle inside that top 10. Whoa, this is a battle for 5th on the racetrack.
Up high, look at the 13, opens the door for Tiffany. They're going to set their sights now on these other trucks in front of them.
In the 13, Wesley, he is definitely feeling the pressure. You saw how much that tail slid away from him as he was trying to fight off this battle from the 46 machine. Again, he'll look to the inside. Not enough as that 13 again slams the wall for 2.
Another little slip by Goodwin. Here comes the 9.
Oh.
Down to the inside. Big burst of momentum there. That's Blanchard, by the way.
He looks fast. He's fast on the racetrack, Wesley. Look how that's 2 for 1 special down the front stretch here. BOGO at Darlington.
Thanks to everybody for joining us in the chat box. Thank you. Like and subscribe if you're new. I think we've just surpassed 1,000. What are we at? 1,001, I guess. 1,100.
There we go. Yeah. We made it.
Big moment last Monday when we done that. There's a whole cool things that happen because of it. Subscriptions, monetization, a lot more promotion can be able to be done. Bo Tiffany now sets his sights on the truck in front of him of Goodwin. What a run for the driver Goodwin. He's bounced off the wall, William Tiller, several times, but with 30 laps to go at the line this time by, man, he looks good.
Cofield down. Cofield down.
On pit road.
Cofield's on pit road. Here comes our leader. He has been very fast all night. Found that speed to end stage number 2. He's been absolutely locked in here in these runs. Nobody has come even close. Lap time wise, it's not one of these things where he's let off in the race. Wesley, he has been on the gas, on the throttle, putting up lap time after lap time. As he's down pit road, we'll jump on with the 971 of Nathan Maurer. He seems to be losing the truck on the racetrack here. Wesley, he needs to head down pit road here soon as well.
Blanchard is just, in the words of the movie from Independence Day, plow the road. He is doing just that in that number 9 machine. Blanchard now into the top 10.
He is moving and grooving. Wesley last time by 30 flat. He is the fastest truck on the racetrack right now. The only question is, once Cofield gets back up to speed, is Blanchard going to be able to maintain the speed he has now with the fresh equipment? We're going to be looking at around 15, 20 laps to go when that pressure battle becomes to fruition. We'll see if Cofield and Blanchard has one of those door-to-door battles or if Cofield just going to blow the doors off of him.
Under 30 to go. Pit stops happening, continuing. Tyler Goodwin in. So is Justin Lumpkin and Cody Knott. Also, Robert Richards on pit road. All these drivers pitting, closing in on 27 remaining.
Andrew Harrison at 87 in the top 10. Jonathan Cofield now off of pit road, going to be down to 9th. That's going to be a good spot to get back up to speed. J.D. Larson just got passed by our former race leader, Lucas Lyons, Chris Blanchard, Jeffrey Johnson, Cole Larson now up to 4th inside of that top 5. Joey Stires, Bo Tiffany, and our race leader now, Wesley, Nathan Maurer, the 971.
And Nate Maurer now being the new guy up in front. There's that DSR electric Toyota. Now he drops off the pace. He's going to show signs of slowing to put his truck down on the
pit road. He's down pit road.
Oh, Tiffany now going to be cycled in as the new leader when they get back around to the line. Maurer is in.
He's
Other
down.
drivers in. Larson in. Nate Maurer. Joey Stires now. Stage 1 winner on pit road. Now, Cole Larson on pit road. So green flag pit stops happening as we approach the end of this one with 25 remaining at the line.
And Wesley, when this all shakes out, that's going to put Chris Blanchard as our race leader. Lucas Lyons will assume that second spot with Jonathan Cofield in third. When this all shakes out, that's if it stays green. A caution flag will throw a wrench into everybody's plan, but we'll see how it plays out here as we await some of these guys on this longer run to head down. Right now, Bo Tiffany, Jeffrey Johnson still out on the racetrack, still on that oval equipment last time down pit road, 85 and lap 80. They could be trying to stretch it here, Wesley, maybe hoping that this stays green. If not, our race leader will be Chris Blanchard when this all shakes out.
By the way, when Bo Tiffany crossed the start-finish line, we are at our Premier Racing Setups 25 to go. If you want to put that up on the screen, Premier Racing Setups, by the way, everybody mention NASRA in your checkout, and you get 15% off of your order that goes towards your setups, anything from dirt, pavement, eNASCAR, ARCA, trucks, you name it. They've got you covered. One-on-one coaching lessons, some of the best setups, requests, and passes from the best of Premier Racing Setups. Again, 15% off your order. 15% goes back into NASRA. And I think I got ahead of myself. We normally do that at 20 to go, but it's all right, though. We got green flag pit stops, and now Bo Tiffany is on pit road. Jeffrey Johnson will now cycle around as the new leader. And then when that all takes place, as William mentioned, Chris Blanchard will now be the new leader when Johnson comes down pit road, which we're efforting any moment because he's on a stint where he pitted last time on lap 80.
Yeah, but Jonathan Cofield, he is fast on the racetrack, even though he is in that second spot, 29.4 last time by. Look at Cole Henderson as well on that 29.9 last time by. These guys are fast. If this thing continues to play out, it is with 23 laps to go. It's going to be hard for Blanchard to hold that lead. He's going to have some fast rockets coming for him with about 10 laps to go.
And remember, Blanchard now being showed as the new leader. As we talked about everything cycling its way, Clinton Maines, Chris Blanchard up in front.
Whoa! As he wiggles off that corner off of 4, almost into the wall. Wesley will make it 21 laps to go. We'll ride on board last week's winner. Took home the checkered flag at Dago. What a way to lock yourself into the playoffs. Winning at the high banks. Running inside that top 5, top 3 at points in this race. We'll check out our race winners so far here this season. Darlington will head to Texas next week, Wesley. But for Blanchard, right now as our race leader, he's going to have to scrap it out, try to hold on to this here. But even a top 5, you win the race last week, you followed up with a top 5. That's how you get that momentum going into the playoffs.
And remember, Chris Blanchard, 21st in the point standings. He's not a full-time committed driver. That is why, of course, he has a lock, but he needs to run the minimum amount of races required. And right now, you see where Blanchard currently has a lock in it. By winning that race, though, he's 20th in the point standings. That really doesn't mean anything, as right now we approach 20 laps to go. The man, Chris Blanchard, trying to get now his second win of the season if he pulls it off. Like William said a couple of weeks ago, he won at Talladega.
Here comes Cofield.
Yeah, Cofield's coming. Cofield is coming. He is fast. He is right on the back bumper of Chris Blanchard. Blanchard has to know that Cofield is there in that 58 machine right now. Blanchard's getting held up by a little bit of lap traffic as you see the 26 machine of Cody Knott will get out of the way. I think that was just a move to get out of the way here of the battle for the lead, as Cofield's going to be right on that tail heading into the corner. See if he makes a move here. Wesley, he's going to wait on it. No, he'll go to the inside. He'll go to the inside off of 2. Will it be enough, though? Drag racing into 3.
Blanchard. Yep.
Oh, Blanchard into the wall. Into the wall goes the 9. Scrapes
careful.
the wall.
I mean, we see how good Blanchard's truck was, but then we also see just how better Cofield's truck is. I mean, he literally just ran down everybody and made it work to get around him again to take the lead. Unbelievable.
And when you're a grandmaster of iRacing, as Cofield is, already has a victory here this season, you can see and calculate moves, especially when you have lap traffic, Wesley. You can pin that car up against a lapped car. You can pin him in a position that he can't even block you. You'll go to the low side as he's battling lap traffic, and you'll just wave right on by, and that's exactly what Cofield did. He had Blanchard wrapped up in that lap traffic. He went to the low side of the racetrack, took the lead, and I think he might check out here with 15 laps to go.
Look at Cody Nott is. Joshua Suss.
Chris Blanchard, winner Talladega last week. Jonathan Cofield, by the way, he won at Watkins Glen 2 weeks ago. And now he tries to set his sights now on being a repeat winner. So far, Lucas Lyons, Matt Cherry, Cole Henriksen, Jonathan Cofield, and Chris Blanchard, one repeat winner of the year, and that is the driver of Lucas Lyons. He won Daytona, and of course, he won at Atlanta.
And Wesley, as we
15
see
to
this battle right here, Nathan Maurer, this is inside of the top 10. He's trying to increase his position on the racetrack. And just as I was about to mention, Jonathan Cofield, he is placing his DoorDash order for cookout later on in Victory Lane. You look at drivers like Diebold in that 14, he could end up with a top 10 finish here tonight after everything he's gone through, the strategies, pushing the envelope, the caution flags, everything. The 14 could still get a top 10. We're right on board, though, with Nathan Maurer and that 971. He's trying to get a top 5. You know, even though Jonathan Cofield is checking out with 13 laps to go, these guys still want a top 5 finish.
Cofield, Blanchard, Henriksen, Lyons, Harris, 13 to go. And this has been that long stretch of the race that we really are so glad we're seeing.
Oof.
In a race that was plagued by caution after caution after caution. Surf Pro no doubt got their money's worth.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
It is now down to the finish as here comes now a move.
Good move there, the 971.
Snake Maurer,
Yeah.
Maurer and Harris. Don't look out behind you. Pulling up right in front of him as well is going to be
The 33.
Johnson.
He's one of those lap trucks we talked about, and that's one of those trucks that Cofield used to get around Blanchard. Right on board with the 44 machine of Stephen Thomas. This is going to be just inside that top 10. This is for that 9th and 8th position. And you see the 44, he's been scrappy here in this race. We see a stack up behind it. Now, this is what we don't want to see, Wesley. We don't want to see a caution flag wave at this point in the race with 10 laps to go. Maybe if you're not a fan of Cofield and you want to see the boys get back to 2x2 and race it out here to close out this race, but a caution flag, you don't want to hear that over the radio if you're Jonathan Cofield, because right now with a 6-second lead, you've checked out in this race. You're ready to celebrate in victory lane. Caution flag just throws everything amuck, as you see right there.
Oh.
Larson to his inside, the 10 machine of Hendrickson erasing it out there. That's inside of that top 3. These are for 2nd and 3rd. Oh my goodness, Wesley.
There's Cole Henriksen, and we mentioned them fighting the sun as we're now in single digits. 9 to go. Cofield, Blanchard, Henriksen at Maurer just got around them. That's Maurer getting around Lyons and Smith for that spot. There's Blanchard. Blanchard, can he set his sights on Cofield?
Ooh.
But look out behind you, Cole Henriksen right on his tail. This is for 2nd with 9 to go.
Yeah, and this means a lot. This is a lot of playoff points, a lot of implications right here. If you can get this top 3, maybe another checkered flag for Blanchard, this would be huge to go 1-2 back-to-back weeks. You can't have a better 2 weeks if you tried, other than going to victory lane for the Diamond Machine. He'll probably take a top 3 as he's still holding on to that 2nd spot. And guys, we'll stick with this battle because it's the most exciting battle on the racetrack right now, as Cofield now up to an 8-second lead, leading that grid into 3.
Hello to Bill the Masshole. Hey, buddy. Hope you're doing well. And, yeah, Brian Chu caught up in an accident earlier in the race. And Mr. Restrictor Plate not able to recover from it. Nonetheless, we come to the end of this one now with the leaders coming to the line with now 7 laps to go. And the game of cat and mouse goes on for second between Blanchard and Henriksen. And I'll be honest with you, William, they're loving it, especially if you're Jonathan Cofield, because he wants those guys to continue to battle. He's going to pull away.
And these guys will battle. These aren't going to be two drivers that are going to pull away from each other. They're not going to try to relinquish a spot just because it's second or third. These guys are going to scrap it out all the way to the last lap of this race. These two dogs want that checkered flag. And although they're not going to get it, this is going to be a race victory to beat one another to that checkered flag.
Time running out. That old song, Time is on my side. Yes, it is. No, it's not here. 5 remaining when they come back to the line.
And really,
Cofield
Wesley,
in that top spot. Look at this now, battle for second going on again, Will.
Yeah, this is the closest battle on the racetrack. If you look at that scoring timing to your left of your screen here, if you're watching along with us here in the NASRA 360 Racing Network, other than Blanchard and Hendrickson going at it, Nathan, Maurer, and Smith are separated by 4 seconds. You have Smith and Lyons separated by 2 seconds. Another second separates Lyons and Harris. So this is really the only battle inside of that top 10 that's happening right now. You have a battle for about the 8th spot, 7th, 8th spot right there on your screen. But these guys are scrapping it out like this for the race lead.
I'm just here to hurt feelings on the back of the tailgate on the Toyota of Blanchard. And right now, hurting the feelings of Henriksen. Henriksen trying to run back down. Blanchard for second. Cofield's checking out. Harrison Thomas having a great battle. This is for the top 10, 7th and 8th. We just saw that. Now we go back to Blanchard and Henriksen again.
Still going out for that second spot of the 10 machine to the inside of the 9. Going to give him a little bit of a nudge up the racetrack as we officially now have 3 laps to go. Throw up those 3s. Rest in peace to Dale Earnhardt, because it looks like Jonathan Cofield is checking out with this race victory as this battle for second still brewing down the backstretch.
And ironically, it is 3-3-2025, so a double hand for the 3 of Dale Earnhardt Sr. Right now, Cofield in the lead. Oh, slipped by Henriksen. That lets Blanchard power by and pull away.
That should do it for that second spot.
4 tenths, maybe.
That should do it, Wesley. That should all about sign, seal, and deliver that second spot to Blanchard as Henderson. Oh, no!
Caution out! J.D. Larson has crashed! Caution out! 14th yellow here in Darlington. Forces overtime.
Oh my goodness, Wesley. What a wrench in the plans of Jonathan Cofield. Wow, it's like going to McDonald's to get a McFlurry and the ice cream machine is broken.
Bang.
You are devastated if you're Cofield.
Wow. Look at Goodwin.
Wow.
And Goodwin didn't even lift on the 98. He just...
And it's that contact that sends out the caution, too, or else the 98 would have just spun out by itself. It's that second contact there that sends him into the wall that brings out the caution flag.
Oh, so listen to this. We're going into overtime.
Wow.
Remember, the new rule this year is unlimited attempts at overtime. And it ain't none of that NASCAR hubbity-bub-bub stuff either. They've got to race to the white flag. If they get the white flag, they're racing to the checkered flag.
Oh, boy.
But the key is they've got to get to the white flag. If not, we rack them, restack them, and we'll go again.
Wow.
And again, and again, and again. Oh, and by the way, if they still put out a caution before the white flag, we'll go again. There will be unlimited attempts at a green-white checker shootout until we officially get a winner declared.
Wow. What a race. What a race. This is the time to take that deep breath, to go ahead and hit that like, subscribe button here at the NASRA 360 Racing Network. We have overtime, Wesley. We just had a photo finish on Friday night. Now we have overtime here at Darlington, the DSR Electric Truck Series. And for Cofield, this is not what you wanted to see. He was definitely stronger on the longer runs, and the restarts that we did see earlier on in the race, not as good. So it might be a little bit of a tougher battle for him to close this thing out now, as we saw a lot more speed was built up. He was able to pull away from some of these guys. Now you got you got Chris Blanchard back in the mix now.
And Will, damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Right.
You got everybody that's now pitted.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you've got now 12,
Everybody.
15 trucks, I think, have a shot. If you're in it to win it, you can do it. There's at least 15 to 17 trucks that could win this race now on the lead lap.
And just look at this top 10. We got Bo Tiffany up there. Joey Steyer's now inside the top 10 once again. Justin Lumpkin, a name we haven't called out. Stephen Thomas in that 44. Lucas Lyons up there. How in the world is Luke Smith inside the top 10 after everything he's gone through in this race? I mean, Nathan Maurer, the 971, in a prime spot for a top 5. I mean, a lot of these guys have just stuck to it. They've got through the caution flags. They've worked up through the grid once again. And as you mentioned, there is a hornet's nest coming at Jonathan Cofield here on this restart.
A quick break, and we come back for overtime 1 here at Darlington. Actually, you know what? Hold that. We're going to go side by side. Thank you for catching that, Dean. The lights are off on the pace truck. The lights are off on the pace truck. I didn't realize that. We're coming to green. We are literally coming to a green flag with Cofield and Blanchard on the front row. Remember, they have to take the white flag. If
Here we go.
not, we crash. We go into a second overtime.
Let's do it,
The
Wesley.
truck is in. We're back underway. Ready to settle it here in Darlington. Cofield over Blanchard on the launch. Hendrickson, Blanchard, round 2 and turn 2.
As they come rumbling and stumbling and bumbling off of corner number 2, they're side by side for a second. Cofield is checking out once again with this race lead. We're into 3 and 4 side by side for a second. Cofield loves to see it in that rear view. Wesley, as Blanchard's still going to hold on to that second spot as we're off of 4.
Here they come. Race is official. We're wrecking though. Goodwin's in the wall. Crashing in the wall. Track is blocked. Race is on. White flag. 1 more lap to go. It is official. Cofield works the back straightaway. Look at Cofield. Another truck spinning in the back. They work into 3. This will end the race. Auburn, Alabama, War Eagle, and the man from Mumford is going to win his second race at Darlington now. He wins Talladega. He wins at Darlington. He joins Lucas Lyons as a multi-time winner here, taking the Pulse Poppers 200.
And as the Alabama Shakes once said, you just have to hold on, and that's what Jonathan Cofield did in this race, rocking the War Eagle paint in that cockpit. He made it look easy after stage number 2, as that 58 is going to be looking good in victory lane.
A celebration will be on, no doubt, for the man of the driver, Jonathan Cofield, and what a battle it was. He quickly got up in front. Blanchard, Hendrickson got back to where they left off for their battle before the caution came out. And Jonathan Cofield is the winner. Stage 2 winner and winner here tonight at Darlington. The Lady in Black. A race that was plagued with over 15 serve pro cautions. When it's said and done, Cofield wins the Pulse Popper 200. Here's a look at your results. Cofield will celebrate. And Jonathan Cofield picks up the victory. Chris Blanchard, second. Cole Hendrickson, third. We'll talk to the podium quickly next. Nate Maurer, Luke Smith, top 5. Lucas Lyons, Joey Steyer, Stephen Thomas, Andrew Harrison, Roger Diebold. What a solid run for the Cosmic 14. William, he'll finish in the top 10.
Yeah, picking up just outside of that top 10. Justin Lumpkin, Justin White, the 2 Justins finished 11th and 12th. Cody Knott in 13th. Joshua Suss, after everything he went through, 14th. Top 15 is going to be rounded off by Jeffrey Johnson in that 33rd. Cole Larson's going to finish 16th. Bo Tiffany somehow is going to slide down to 17th. Kerry Tribute 18th, and that's going to be all the trucks on that lead lap. Wesley, we get to J.D. Larson in 19th, and Adam Newton's going to round out that top 20.
Yeah, 21st we'll find or Tyler Goodwin. Then it's Adam Newton 21st. Taylor Peacock, Craig Schroeder, Colton Hogan, Tom Lester, Owen Scragg followed by Chad Ross, Aaron Van Rattle, other drivers of the top 30 of almost 40 drivers that started this race. They also include drivers of Van Rattle, Pappas, Richards, top 30. What a tough break for Robert. Raul Meza, Mark Morton with a bad day in the early going. Darren Bruce, Shane Trotter, Bill the Masshole. There's Brian Chu. He'll finish 35th. A tough break for the swim driver, 109 laps down. James Kaufman, Adam Newbert, and even the Spice Man, Chris Cinnamon, with problems. Other drivers, including Eric Parks, Timothy Hammond, and Keith Haney, of the 41 drivers that started this race. And again, Mr. TJ Moore was the race director. Hey, we're going to take a break, a real quick one. When we come back, we are going to grab the podium drivers. We'll speak to Cofield, Blanchard, and Hendrickson. Stay with us. This is coverage of the NASRA DSR Electric Truck Series from Darlington as Jonathan Cofield, the Alabama driver, wins his second win of the season here at the Pulse Poppers 200.
Four in a row.
All right, I've had phone calls. I gotta get it. This phone calls. I got a tree that needs to be chopped down before it falls down. Cyclone coming, gentlemen.
Guys, we're on commercial break. We'll be back with you very quickly.
Oh, I guess I need to get a Mike's Hard Lemonade, hard black cherry lemonade to have a drink with you guys if you're gonna. Where's Jacob's on the
Cruise. He is
cruise.
drinking right now on a cruise, probably.
I
He's
wonder
listening.
if we got to ask him if he asked the captain if what the iceberg protocol was.
Let's
The
come back.
iceberg protocol?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're coming back live, guys. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Jonathan Cofield joins us here as we quickly wrap up our post-race interviews after the Pulse Poppers 200. Jonathan, congratulations, Stage 2 winner. Chaos kind of simmered down, right? Long green flag run, little late race caution there at the end, and you hold them off in overtime. Second win this year. Congratulations to you.
Appreciate it. Yeah, caution field at the beginning. Kind of get all the all the guys out there that want to bang doors. You get all them out there. It's liable to clear up toward the end. But yeah, that I got a little heated when that caution come out when I was coming to the white flag. I hadn't do the green white checkered. My heart race got up a little bit, but we was gonna have to take tires anyway, and I had a pretty good gap on Blanchard, so just had to get a good restart and get away from him.
And Cofield, I talked about it there at the end of stage number 2. You had found something there, a little bit of speed. Did you find, though, as the race went green, you found more and more speed? It looked like at one point you got an 8-second lead.
I think it's 1 and 2. If you can figure out how to drive 1 and 2, you can really pull on somebody coming out of 2. Everybody drives the same. In 3 and 4, you can go higher. You can stay on the bottom and save tires. I'd rather save the tires on the bottom, but 1 and 2 is it's a driver's corner, and I don't know. I love this track, man. I can hit that baby and I can pull 3/10 off of 2. So
There you go, the 58 machine. And Jonathan,
Jonathan,
go ahead.
we're trying to be quick, William. I got stuff to do tonight, buddy. Jonathan, if you want to thank your sponsors, please do, buddy. And I want to ask you one more question to segue that as well. This has got to be a perfect season for you to make it a run towards a championship, sir.
it's turning out to look like it, but not gonna count my chickens. We're gonna get to the end.
That's your sponsors. Go ahead.
Yeah, got a Kevin Harvick throwback on here. Hope everybody liked the paint scheme. Cofield Supply and Service on the truck. Cofield Asphalt Refinishing, SM Racing Products. You want a button box? Go check those guys out. Of course, everybody at Nazar, you, Dean, and it looks like William got a new guy in here. I know. Redneck's on the boat. Just everybody at Nazar, man.
There you go. There's Jonathan Cofield, another win for the Mumford, Alabama driver in that 58 machine. Let's grab the runner-up now, Chris Blanchard. Chris, winner last week at Talladega, a solid finish again. The battle between you and Hendrickson, talk about that, and obviously finishing second, sir.
Cole was putting the heat on at the end of that. Jonathan had the field mop, so that was his win. Congratulations. I just wanted to finish second. You know, me and Jonathan had a bet. Whoever finished second between him and I had to wear the Old Spice hat from Talladega Nights. So I guess I have to find an Old Spice hat. So I was. Cole is one amazing driver. I had them in my Discord channel tonight. You know, coming on HLR this season has been kind of a godsend. You know, it's all on who you have in your Discord channel, and these guys are fast, and I'm learning from them. Last season on Friday night, Darlington was my my track that set me to go far in the playoffs, and I'm hoping to do it again.
And Chris, I wanted to ask you, my man, you win last week's race here tonight. You finished second. You also take home the fastest lap of the race, and it was on your last lap there at the end. How do you keep this confidence and momentum rolling throughout the rest of the season?
You know what I do? I bring it next week, and just remind myself I'm here to race, not ride around and just log laps.
Buddy, before we let you go, Chris, please thank your sponsors, man. We'll see you next week. Continue the great work.
I'd like to thank Bodine's Moonshine, Blanchard's Towing, Highline Racing, Nazra, you guys, DSR Electric, Cop Series. You guys are doing a phenomenal job, and I'm glad I'm here every week. And getting interviewed 2 weeks in a row, let's make it 3.
There you go, our buddy out of Clinton, Maine, right there, Chris Blanchard. By the way, season 4 of the Blanchard's Towing NASCAR Xfinity Series, hopefully coming soon. Stay tuned for details on that on Tuesday night's program. And, of course, Cole Hendrickson will grab the C-Man in the number 10. He'll finish third in his Toyota. Cole, with a fun race. That 101 Designs truck looked really good. Did that last caution coming out there take the momentum away from the battle between you and Blanchard, and obviously you'll settle for a podium?
Yeah, a little bit. I think I mean, either way, I was happy finishing behind him, but I think my only chance there was letting that go to the end, trying to get a runoff to get second. But I can't complain with third at all. And after having a fun battle with Chris, that's always awesome. You know, all my teammates in the top 3. You know, congratulations to Cofield. I mean, dude, it's just a great. What is that? That's 3 in a row for HLR, and then you know, on this third one to have all 3 in the top 3, it's awesome. So HLR is building a solid team here, and I'm just excited for the rest of the season. It's been awesome.
That's 4 in a row.
Oh, all right.
And Cole, it felt like you had a top 5 truck all day long. Did it sort of take the weight off your shoulders knowing that throughout the race that you were kind of working with those guys up to the top of the grid? Or did you ever feel like maybe you're going to get caught up in one of those cautions throughout this race?
Well, I actually did get caught in one of them. Unfortunately, in qualifying, I came out of 4 and wanted to abandon my lap, and I didn't get stopped in time. So I didn't even put a qualifying lap down, and I ran into the top 10 multiple times, and then I got caught in a wreck. Did it again after getting my damage fixed, and then my screen went black down the back straightaway. So I'm lucky I was even able to finish this race. So that's why I say I can't complain with the top 3. It's not very often you get caught in a wreck and your screen goes black and can finish the race even in the top 10. So yeah, just super fun race once we got going green there. And yeah, man, I love Darlington. It's a driver's track, and I think you can really see who the drivers are when we come to this place.
Oh, did you like Darlington earlier when we had green caution? I mean, that wasn't fun, was it? I mean,
No, that's not the lady in black's fault, though. Okay, well, you know.
I got you. We will not blame it on the lady in black, even though it's called the track too tough to play. We'll blame it on the driver virtual ability. Cole, before we let you go, man, thank your sponsors. We'll see you next week, sir.
Yeah, first off, I just got to thank Jason with Highline. So I know he's got to be pumped seeing 4 in a row, and like I said, top 3 tonight. So I got to thank 101 Designs. We had the Derek Cope throwback, the Purelator car,
Yes.
and yeah, I love the colors on that truck. So, or well, on that car, but now on my truck. And the Flipper win guys, I know they were watching. I saw my phone light up after the finish. So, and Adams County Speedway, our season's coming up soon. So looking forward to that. And then got to thank you guys and Nazra for the broadcast as always.
Yeah, I want to say it was 1990 when Spokane, Washington's Derek Cope and the Whitman brothers went to victory lane because Dale Earnhardt Sr. hit a bird on the last lap in the third turn, and it took his chance of winning the 500 away. And Derek Cope, in that type of wrap job, ended up winning the Daytona 500. I think it's his only Cup Series win, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, I believe so. And
Yeah.
the way that I got the idea for this wrap, I'm pretty sure the door and quarter off that car is what's in the Georgia Racing Hall of Fame. And I saw those
Oh,
colors,
wow.
and I'm like, oh yeah, man. I took a picture of it, and I'm like, I'm gonna do a throwback of this thing one day.
There you go. Purelator colors, and of course his throwback indeed for the man of Cole Hendrickson. By the way, up 27 spots, started in the 28th position and ended, or 27th, and ended up finishing third after starting 30th tonight. So what a phenomenal job there for Mr. Hendrickson. Next week we're off to Legacy, Texas Motor Speedway. Texas Motor Speedway. Hopefully, my friend, redneck announcer Jacob Reeves, will be back in the booth with me. Texas, Iowa, Charlotte for the All-Star race. Just some of the events that are coming up here. And again, William, thanks for filling in the rearview mirror. Another phenomenal night for Highline Racing.
Absolutely, Wesley. Thank you for having me up here. And it seems like each time we call one of these races, we had a photo finish, and now we had overtime in this race. But what just a great performance out of Jonathan Cofield there. Stage 2 really laid it on, and then after that point, just really took off this race. We kind of got going there, Wesley, after the caution field stage number 1. 12 or 13 cautions here tonight, but it turned out pretty good. Good runs there here tonight at Darlington. Can't wait to see you. If I'm not up here in the booth with you, definitely watching along with the fans at home at Texas next week here in the DSR Electric Truck Series.
And remember, by the way, in addition to that, we are off tomorrow night because the season 3 of the series for the Blanchard's Towing Xfinity program is done. They'll work on season 4, unveiling that soon for Tuesday. Obviously, the next broadcast for us will be Wednesday. The NASCAR Cup Series playoff will be at Bristol. Then we're off on Thursday. Then we come back on Friday with the next round of the NASRA Cops Concerns of Police Survivors Truck Series. So all that coming up, and that also depends on if our buddy Mr. Bigglesdean Hopton doesn't get blown away in the cyclone. They're calling for some nasty weather down in Australia. Hopefully our buddy will be okay, and the equipment doesn't get flooded either. So all of that coming up this week, weather permitting, on the NASRA 360 Racing Network. As always, if you'd like to sign up, go to North American Sim Racing Association.com. You'll find a link of all the leagues and the series, discords, and you can get signed up for the new seasons or the new ones that have just started or more that are up to come. For Cody Knott and Brady LaBeouf behind NASRA, TJ Moore, the race director, and producer-director, Bigglesdean Hopton.